Hello, I'm the DM, and you're listening to Campaign 2 of Fools and Flagons, the Tales of Archeron. We live stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/foolsandflagons. That's fools, the letter N, flagons, every Friday at 7 p.m. Central for Tales of Archeron and 6 p.m. Central for Storm King's Chaos. If you'd like to join our community and talk not just about D&D, but other games as well, consider joining our Discord. The links can be found below in the description. Do you like us? Like, really, really like us? Consider donating to our coffee page at ko-fi.com/foolsandflagons. The links can also be found in the description. Donations and memberships are never required and always appreciated. We have no gated content for members only, and all proceeds go straight back into making Fools and Flagons an even better experience, and it helps to keep the podcast alive and well. Are you ready for some D&D? All right then. Grab your drinks and raise your glasses. It's time for the Fools and Flagons podcast.
Grab your drink and raise your glass. Make a mess and kick some ass. Dungeon Master has no chance. It's time for Fools and Flagons. Raid the dungeons and slay the dragon. Sharpen your sword and prep your wagons. There'll be death and tons of magic. It's time for Fools and Flagons. Time for Fools and Flagons. It's time for Fools and Flagons.
Well, hello everyone. Lisa's giving us a little inchworm wave. Well, hello and welcome to Fools and Flagons, a tabletop campaign made up entirely by me, where Zeke does stupid things, like exercising his fingers. The points don't matter, the rule of king is cool, and I try to make sense of everything. I know, I was already fucking it up, I just rolled, I went with it. There's no point in backtracking, it was already fucked up.
Roll with the punches.
Yep. So, we're going to go through these very, very short announcements super quickly so we can get into the fun stuff. Because we got a lot to catch up on with Brick. Oh, yes.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do it.
Yeah, you did.
So, if you are watching us live on Twitch, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Nice that you're here. We do want to thank you for your follows, subscriptions, and bits. We do apologize that we will not be verbally recognizing them on stream for the sake of not interrupting the story. Your support of us is always appreciated, and someone in here is going to be watching chat anyway, so they'll say something to you, I promise.
Yeah.
We want to give a very, very big thank you to Martyr, Gelatinous Cube, Cargo, and Spazoid for being Tavern Patron members over on our coffee page. Your support of us is very much appreciated, and we cannot thank you enough. If you would like a spot at the bar with those lovely people, consider supporting us on our coffee page to become a Tavern Patron. The links can be found down below. And in the description, or if you're watching us on YouTube or wherever, it's down below there somewhere that you can find it. Other announcements. I don't have too terribly much. I do know that we're not going to be doing Storm King's Chaos next week because of...
Correct.
Okay. So it's not even like a reschedule. It's just, it can't happen.
I'll double check my schedule, but I don't...
Actually, no, I vaguely remember Issa and Nim saying that they had stuff going, so it's probably best to just let it lie. Anyway, sorry about that. If you're eager for the conclusion, or quasi-conclusion of Storm King's Chaos, we are too. But shit happens. I'm also stalling for time as Nim plays with his camera, I think.
I don't know what happened.
Check the connection.
Well, Zach, I hate to tell you this, but you're gonna... Oh, never mind. Oh, he's still black.
Maybe.
USB device not recognized.
Oh.
Off to a great start.
Yep.
Having
Wunderbar.
a great time.
A great time.
Are you here by yourself?
Oh, there
we
he is.
go.
Oh, I'm not here by myself. There he is.
Why did you flip me off?
I'm just
Okay.
do nothing.
testing.
You're testing to make sure that we can see you.
Yep.
All right. Any other announcements? Questions, comments, concerns? Oh, rude.
Level
Double
up.
rude. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, grab your drinks and raise your glasses. It's time for Fools and Flagons.
I like how we ignored my level up question.
I didn't hear the level up question.
Can we level up?
No.
I don't think we level up by shopping. So
I mean, what about...
Playing the wrong game for that.
After dealing with Master Yoshi, or Mister Yoshi,
Yeah,
Should.
Mr. Yoshi. That was an ordeal.
I heard tale of Mister Yoshi and his, did he have the USS Medic?
No.
we didn't get that far.
Anyway, quick recap. Last time on the Tales of Archeron, we had a bit of a shopping episode. Brick stayed behind in Tolani Castle to learn more about his heritage and the guards he was modeled after, while the other Tempests set out into the city to see what sort of mischief they could get into. Conveniently, a tour guide was assigned to them known as Mister Yoshi, a rather tall halfling of questionable age and limitless eccentricities. Odd as the guide might have been, he led the Tempests around Colatl without fault, getting them to their desired locations with minimal dawdling. It's gonna be a great night. I can't fucking talk. Items were ordered, food was purchased, drinks were downed, candles were lit. It was a rather chaotic first day in the Aztlan capital, and we rejoined the Tempests now as they returned to their cart that was parked in the Tolani Castle for a night of cooking their freshly purchased meats. So, Zahn, Pez, Kasumi, Moriko, the four of you return to your wagon home. Cassie seems excited to see you. She seems to be getting a little bit more control over the little clockwork insects that scurry around, and as you approach, the fireflies seem to line up to kind of give you a clear path towards it. Kind of the like little landing strip sort of deal. So you were back home. What would you like to do? Don't everybody speak up at
Well.
once.
We see Brick.
You look around for a minute. You don't hear him. You don't see him.
Hope he's dead.
Kasumi's gonna find a nice cozy spot in the like common area of the home of the cart and just kind of have a seat.
Okay. Which area are you wanting to sit in? There's the dining area where the table is that you usually have your tea. There's the comfy armchairs up on the first landing of the staircase towards the front of the cart.
She'd probably be near the dining room table. She's just kind of sitting down, relaxing, decompressing. There are many shopping stops that they did today.
And speaking of, I may need some help remembering what you guys ordered. Because I may or may not have remembered to write those down.
Okay.
I did write down candle liquor, though. So,
The important thing.
there's that.
Moriko is trying to get the candle from Kasumi.
Who you calling a cootie queen, you candle licker?
Okay. Alright. So, Kasumi, you go and you sit down at the table, starting to decompress. What's everyone else doing?
Moriko's trying to sneakily get the candle from Kasumi.
Okay. So, make a sleight of hand check. And, Kasumi, what's your passive perception?
It is 13.
What'd you roll? Is this going to be another booty touch?
11.
It's another booty touch.
No, it's like a giant pink thing trying to be stealthy.
You start to sneak up on Kasumi, who is a master of stealthiness herself. And as you're getting closer and closer to where the candle is, fluff pops out of your hair and goes.
Kasumi is, without moving her upper body at all, she's just gonna reach over and grab your hand. It's still looking straight.
I want the candle, please.
What do you want to do with the...
Yes.
I don't know if I can trust you yet. We don't eat candles, Rumiko. They are not good for you.
But it tasted good.
But you will have probably a lot of digestive issues if you do that.
Only one way to find out.
I'm not going to condone this. And she just, like, takes her pack and sets it in her lap. And then puts her arms around it and stays there.
Kasumi, the keeper of jugs and snacks.
Oh, God.
I need an innuendo counter up in the corner, please.
Tell you what, Brick, you keep a tally for us and let us know what we get to tonight.
Cool.
Pez, you have been left alone with your breath freshener.
Yep.
What the fuck did I miss?
So much.
Missed a lot.
Shenanigans.
So much. Zon, are you doing anything? You're muted.
I cleared my throat, sorry. No. San just finds one of the two big chairs at the... Or wait, is that where Kasumi was sitting?
Were you not going to cook some of the meat tonight, or...?
Oh, that's right. I was going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Look it.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
Zon gets on to cooking. Mariko is pleading with Kasumi to let her have the candle. Pez, are you... I mean, you know, I joked about you trying out your breath freshener. Are you doing anything in particular? Is there anything you would like to do?
Well, didn't we recently get some scrap material?
You did. Yeah, you bought some from the smith.
Yeah.
Was that delivered? Or
No, I
do
believe
we-
you put that in your
Oh yeah,
your
that's
bag.
right.
Yeah.
Pocket dimension.
Yeah.
The weight is of no consequence.
Yeah, I'm going to lessen my encumbrance and deposit that in our little forge thing in the wagon.
Okay. So you head on... Okay, got it. You head on upstairs. Going into the tinkering room, you offload all of your materials. You grabbed yourself a fair bit to play with, if I recall correctly. A lot of it is kind of scrap material, so it will require some work to get it into a state that will be useful to you. But you've got a decent amount. Like, you can make repairs to your weapons, to brick. You can make plenty of ammunition, so long as you're able to get the stuff for powder. Right around this time, as you're still, putting things away, organizing, or just making a pile, I don't know how you do you. I like to... Sorry?
An organized pile.
So it's all in a pile, and you know exactly what side of the pile things are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you all downstairs hear this distant just clang of metal hitting the floor, just echoing down the staircase. For mostly Mariko, it might be a little bit of a weird noise for you, but everyone else, it seems, Kasumi and Zon don't seem perturbed by it at all. They don't flinch or anything. Maybe a few minutes after that sound, the door to the wagon opens up, and there's Brick.
I picture Brick after a day of just kind of learning the culture. You actually hear him before the door opens as he's like probably humming the tune to a song, like a local song he was taught or something.
The temptation to push the hours button is so strong right now.
Oh, I was thinking more along the lines of you just hear him mumbling, La cucaracha, ya puede caminar. Porque no tienes, porque no falta, marihuana que fumar.
So as that singing voice gets closer and closer, soon enough the door opens up. You step inside. You still don't really have a sniffer, but you see Zahn by the cooking fires prepping some meat. Kasumi is there that seems to still be like somewhat scolding Moriko. No Pez that you can see right off the bat.
Like, shoulder in, head down. Hello?
Oh, welcome back.
How was shopping?
Eventful.
Speak for yourself.
Did it not go well?
Found very little.
Excuse you. Speak for yourself. I found a lot.
So that's why I said I found very little.
I'm sorry. Your face was occupied by making meat, so I did not hear you. But, anyways, I found a lot of things. I bought outfits, and we're going to be having dinner with the Emperor soon.
Yes.
Soon as in tonight, or soon as in the next few days?
Oh no, it was
No.
last night. You missed it.
No.
Son just looks over at Rinko. Just like, why?
Riko's just confused why you said it was last night, because it wasn't last night.
Seems that you are not familiar with the sarcasm.
I've never known of a chasm named Sar.
Where's the poison? Need some of that.
Son, when are you going to be done with dinner?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it taking too long for you?
No, I was just curious. You seem to be a bit preoccupied.
Oh, yeah. For someone who couldn't hear me a second ago, you hear me quite well.
I hear you right now because you are speaking clearly. She just smiles.
Brick's just standing awkwardly in the doorway. What did I miss?
Oh, I don't know. Zahn seems to be a bit fussy right now.
That's normal.
So glad I don't know Fireball. God damn it.
Where's Pez? And I assume I hear clang, clang, clang. Never mind.
Upstairs.
Well, I mean, that kind of depends if Pez is being noisy with his organization or if he's...
Well, I mean, how quiet can you make metal sound?
It's true.
I don't know.
I'm being respectful. The decibel levels.
Yes.
Reaches into the nothing, just pulls out a single piece and just all of it falls out right afterwards. Shit.
Fairly safe to say at some point you would hear a bit of a clang coming from upstairs.
Gotcha. Well, obviously, Zahn found food. What did everyone else find?
Mariko found some things that I'm currently holding on to for her.
I found a candle.
Yes.
She seems
It tastes
really proud of herself.
It tastes good.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have... Rick, who at this point looks at Kazumi's like, wait, we found a tasty candle?
No. She found a candle that she took it upon herself to taste.
But she just said it tastes good.
Brick, Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Constitution saving. What?
Yeah.
Your brain doesn't implode on itself.
Oh no, that's a 5.
5.
Constitution plus 5, 10.
You are very intrigued about this theoretical tasty candle.
Oh,
Can
wait,
I see the candle?
isn't Mariko still drunk?
Are you drunk?
Oh.
I forgot
Yeah.
that you guys stopped by. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mariko had a drink.
A drink.
A.
Drink.
That's right, Rachel's a lightweight.
She's never had alcohol before now.
Zon, do we have any ginger? Like the spice?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were referring to a
I was gonna say
random red-headed
he
person.
just looks towards Fern's pantry door.
The spice!
Zon starts going through the pantry, or flipping the switch to the thing and going in there and looking through spices.
Yeah, it's
Do I
very
find ginger?
it's very easy to find ginger. There's a whole section of the pantry that's just dried spices.
I will pull out the ginger.
Sumi grabs the ginger, sets it
I
on
have need to make that into ale one day.
Or it could be used to help make a tincture to help calm upset tummies.
Well, it's not the stomach.
Like, Kasumi just sighs heavily and she reaches in the bag, puts the candle on the table, and she holds it in front of her for a second, looks over at the drunk Mariko,
Uh-huh.
and then looks over at Brick. She did technically claim it as her own, so I'm going to give it back to her. If you have an upset stomach, she's looking directly at Mariko now. Let me know, and I can help. She's that person that talks loudly to drunk people, thinking that makes
Louder and slower.
She's
Wait a
going
minute.
to hand you the candle.
You're giving her her candle back, but you won't give me the jug back. That's not fair.
Because the worst thing that can happen with the candle, she gets an upset stomach.
It's the worst thing that can happen with the jug.
We don't know what can happen with the jug.
Well, so far, nothing bad has happened.
Pez almost drowned.
Ah, he was fine.
Zon just tilts his head for a second. Didn't he drown outside of water?
Yeah, but he was fine.
Mariko, please.
There's already a
Don't-
divot in the candle.
Ma'am.
I really hope that's a beeswax-based candle. I really hope so.
Rick just like sidles over. Can I get a nibble?
Wait, so they make us out of beeswax? It's usually earwax where I come from.
I don't know what type of wax it is, but she seems to like it.
I'm
It's
concerned
music,
what you're
yeah.
rolling for, Mariko.
First, I tried to see if she had upset stomach, and then I rolled to see if she was actually gonna let Brick have a taste. So she's gonna hand it to Brick and be like, "My stomach isn't feeling too good."
Oh,
I'll
Rick
go
just
make
looks
some
there,
ginger
is like-
tea.
Puts it where the tongue would be, because there's not an actual tongue, just to like to taste it. Where's my? Oh, here's the dice. I have a specific dice for this. Shit.
do you like it too?
15.
It's decent. Like you can see the appeal, but you'd rather have other things in your mouth.
At a 15.
I bet you would, you dirty whore.
Well, compared to her roll for how much she liked it,
Gotcha. Hold
it's
on.
a little bit
Adding to
lower
the
than what
counter.
she had.
Uh,
Definitely, if
Isn't
you
it
see an unattended candle, you're gonna just go, I wonder.
I wonder.
But like if you had to
Flavors,
grab stuff to
maybe.
like snack on and just sort of like get the taste for, you're probably gonna grab something else if that's nearby, some of your higher tier.
Gotcha. What?
You're
what
definitely not
type
gonna
of
say
candle
no.
Was it? What type of
Berries?
candle was it? Berries.
Yeah, it was a berry scented
Very
candle.
very floral, berry fruity.
Gonna taste like a pie. I like.
Sumi is going
have you had a
to
pie?
sigh.
I think so. I think we've.
Look at your list! Look at your list!
I didn't have the list.
He was
I don't
not
have the full.
keeper
I don't
of
have the complete list.
Oh, the complete list.
Kasumi's gonna go
We've been at
make some
feasts and stuff.
ginger
I'm sure
tea.
Brick's had pie.
You're gonna what with your tea?
She's gonna go make some ginger tea.
Ah, gotcha.
Don Caesar tried to enter his kitchen as he's cooking, and what do you think you're doing?
He's got the
Making
apron, a
tea,
big
and
spoon. He's
she-
like, "Get out of my kitchen."
The big spoon? No, he's cooking me. He's got the cleaver.
Oh yeah.
It's
What do
the
you
chef.
think you're doing?
It's the cook.
making tea,
Fluff the
and she
cook.
just
Mage.
keeps walking.
So she just points the cleaver at her as she walks past him. Stay away from me and my cooking.
She pays you no mind. She's going directly for the tea weird in the cabinet.
You had the perfect chance to add to the innuendo counter, and you failed me.
So, Pez, you are up there for a fair little bit. You hear conversations down below. You get things organized how you would like it. Is there anything that you're doing with your pile, or are you just dumping it off and then heading down as the smell of cooked meats reaches your little nostrils?
But I'm thinking I'm fine with dumping, so I'll head on down.
Okay. Soon enough, nothing. Pez comes down. Pez comes down the stairs. You see Kasumi brewing her tea. Zon is working in the kitchen. Moriko, with your stomach starting to feel a little bit upset, you start to think that maybe licking the candle wasn't a great idea. So you set it down for now, but you're just kind of thinking, later.
Later.
It's like candy.
Rick.
You can't have too much.
Marika, don't lick that candle.
Brick, is there anything you're doing to help with the... Are you going to attempt to help to cook anything? What is your plan for the evening? Or was the threatening of Zon towards Kasumi enough to keep you at bay?
I mean, Brick's not a cook in the first place, so he's, Brick's just gonna kind of, you know what? Brick, seeing Kasumi and Zon having their little tizzy, is just gonna wait for an opportunity to maybe sneak the jug, since Mariko got her candle.
Make a sleight of hand check.
So you're also going to enter the kitchen?
Yes. Let's see how well that works out for
It's
you.
an open floor. It's an open floor
No.
plan. Plus,
There's.
I'm
I
just
think-
waiting for
It's an
you.
open floor
to...
plan.
It's an
Is
open
there
floor
not
plan.
like a floating island in between? I thought there was. No.
We all think there's an island. Like our brain
I
thinks
don't.
that there's one.
Damn, if he bums me in this process, I'm throwing the cleaver at him.
We'll see what he rolls.
Also, I was gonna wait for her to be clear of the kitchen, but okay.
Nope.
You didn't specify. You said you're going to try to sneak the jug.
You
You
are
can always
going.
turn Brick into the island.
You said sleight of hand.
Yes. Turn
13.
Your passive perception, Kasumi, is way
It's a
higher than that.
13.
If it meets, it beats. So
Does someone else see this happening?
I definitely do.
My passive perception is a lot higher than 13.
So, Zon, I would say that you notice Brick is invading your space. He hasn't gotten in your way yet, but you're listening for him. But you're also kind of focused on your food. So you know that he's there, but you're not really sure what he's doing.
Brick.
Sumi immediately looks back. Okay.
Pez, get him.
Kasumi is going to try to snatch it back. Try to beat my sleight of hand, motherfucker.
as quick as I can.
Yeah, Kasumi, either... God. Let's see what he gets first as you're grabbing it. Brick, roll
Okay.
a d100.
That's fair.
Instant death.
49.
Huh.
Please turn him into a real boy. Please turn him into a real boy.
No.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh, like there's a consequence.
Consequence.
You have to roll how many days he's dead for.
I'm just curious. The one day somebody rolls a 1,
Yeah.
and to see what happens.
So-
Because
Brick, you drink from the jug as Kasumi goes to grab it. She does get a hold of it. Do you let her take it?
No.
So then I need a strength contest between
Can I
you two.
assist as I become a tactical missile?
How are you assisting?
I'm like just gonna side tackle the jug.
Brick is kind of tall. You'd have to do
I
some real
stutter?
part. Okay, so make an acrobatics check for me to see if you can get that high.
Oh, it's a dex save. He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it no problem.
Or acrobatics check. Sorry, acrobatics check.
How tall am I now?
You're pushing 8 feet.
Sweet.
He's gonna get that jug. Lizard man's gonna get the jug. There's no way.
I hit my shin on the table.
What'd you roll? What did you roll?
I rolled a 6.
A 6. You try to jump off the table, but your foot catches on one of the placemats, and just like a cat, you just go like, "I got it," and just straight down onto the floor. Kasumi, Brick.
Are you okay down there?
Just straight strength or athletics?
It's a strength contest, so you roll your d20, add your strength.
Okay, so 15.
Kasumi.
I want.
Sorry, I was looking. $14.
14. So, Brick, you were a 15, right?
Yeah.
So you, Kasumi, you grab onto the jug, but he's a big dude, and he seemed to have been ready for it. Like, you've got a hold of it, but he's not letting it go. Brick, you finish drinking, and you don't seem to notice anything different. Nothing feels off. Those of you that are aware of what's happening, Mariko, have you seen the jug in play yet?
No, but I don't think she's paying too much attention. She's more concerned with that fact that her stomach does not feel great.
Fair. So you hear some sort of a commotion going on behind you. You're really not sure what's happening, but none of you see anything adverse.
Zon will turn around. You take your shenanigans away from me and mine meat. Or I
Okay,
will
he
be
like lifts
cutting
the
you
jug
up for dinner.
higher. Does Kasumi go with it?
No.
No.
She just gives you a look and goes back to give Mariko her tea.
Probably have to step over me.
And she does without even like breaking a stride. She just floats over
normal. Okay.
She gives you that disappointed mother look.
Damn it.
She's not your real mom. It doesn't matter.
I get it.
So, nothing happens?
Not that you can tell.
Okay. Brick like looks at at himself because last time nothing happened. His like skin tone changed or something.
It's still my money's on real boy.
Well, this is mildly disappointing. Kind of waiting for something. No? All right.
You wait for a few minutes while Kasumi is giving Mariko tea. Zon keeps on cooking like nothing's different. Pez, you're just gonna lay there for the rest of the night, or
Yeah, I'm too embarrassed. My beak went through a hole in the floorboards, so I'm
you
just
found
there.
the knot?
Yeah.
Brick's just gonna look down. Do you want a sip?
Nope.
Okay. I walk over to Mariko and Kasumi. I hand the jug back.
Kasumi is not paying attention to you. She is focusing on getting the ginger tea for Marie.
You've been a very bad boy.
Mariko's just sipping the ginger tea.
I know it doesn't taste the best, but it'll help make your stomach feel a little better.
But ginger tastes amazing.
It's actually fairly akin to a lot of the roots that you've had before. Maybe not specifically, but it definitely has that kind of earthy bite that you're somewhat familiar with just on your normal diet.
I rolled to see if she liked it. I rolled a 15.
Then my assessment was correct. It's... yeah. The candle tasted better.
Nothing tops the candle, apparently.
You rolled an 18.
I thought it was a nat 20.
Yeah,
Was
I thought
it?
it was a 20
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
no, nothing will ever beat the candle.
Zahn is going out of his way to extra spice this shit, because by God, this is going to taste better than the candle if it kills him. So you see him going in and out of the pantry, grabbing spices that you never knew he knew how to cook with.
Hey, Zon.
What?
Are you usually this devoted to your cooking?
You hear one of I repeats the candle.
Well, maybe when the dragon games come around, you can enter the cooking competition. Then you get to feed a dragon.
Do I win the dragon?
No, the dragon is a god. You don't win the dragon.
Yeah, so you don't own the dragon.
Why can't I own the dragon?
You can try, I guess, but I don't advise it.
Later. It just means Sensei one day. I'm your master now.
I am your god.
It was nice knowing you.
Zahn is just sitting there cooking, spicing, making sure that it's just perfectly seared. It's gonna take him like 30 minutes.
Make
With how
a
much?
performance check for me with advantage.
No. With advantage?
With advantage.
Oh, my performance is only +2. Shit. Oh god, thank you for advantage. Holy shit. That's better, so +2, 17.
17. It's pretty good. You're focusing a lot on the meat, and you kind of forgot to really delegate whether or not there was going to be any vegetables or any sort of like freshly baked breads. You do have some stale bread that's in the pantry that's pretty decent. That's, you know, passable, some cheeses and stuff that someone could go and grab, but you only did the meat, and it's pretty good.
Wait, do I remember there's cheese in there? Oh no, I get the cheese. Cheesy. Melted cheese on top of meat.
Okay. So another short amount of time goes by. Zahn finishes cooking, makes enough for everyone.
Makes like double portion for himself because, you know, Viking.
Fat. Is there anything else anyone wants to do for the evening? Okay. You all enjoy the meal prepped by Zahn.
Meaty,
Mariko,
cheesy meat.
It takes a little bit, but your stomach starts to settle a bit.
Put some real
your
food in
head's
that
still
stomach, Mariko.
swimming just a little bit from the drink. You're not 100% sure if it's the drink or the candle at this point. Because you kind of had them both really close to the same time, so you're not sure which one was really the culprit.
Should I roll to see if I like the food?
Sure.
Okay. Zahn took extra, like, compared to everybody else got normal really good. Like, Zahn paid extra attention to Mariko's.
So roll at disadvantage. I'm joking. Flat roll.
Okay. 19.
Yay!
It's not better than the candle, but damn, that's good.
Pretty damn close.
Yeah. So,
Next time, berry candle!
I know what I have to do. I have to somehow put bacon inside of a candle. And combine them.
I
Or
feel
you
like
could-
that'd be pretty easy to achieve. You can also make a butter candle.
Zahn just stops everything he's doing, just tilts his head.
Make a candle out of the grease. That way Mary goes like Nikolai.
Goop! Jesus.
Zahn saves the grease and pours it into a cup that we might have,
God.
and then finds a small piece of rope out of his bag and later.
You grabbed rope out of your... The wick's gonna be this big.
Undo the rope.
You're
Yeah.
gonna take a fray from the rope.
Yeah, same difference. I assumed I was intelligent enough to realize the rope candle
Take some
wick
twine.
isn't gonna be fucking, a thumb's thickness.
You assumed wrong.
Coming from the guy that had to question whether or not he actually had thumbs. Must grab. So,
I got squeezy hands.
the evening goes on with no real interruptions. You are parked within the castle of Tolani, the massive ziggurat structure, and with plentiful guards around. There's no one bothering you. You can hear very distant sounds of the city life, but it's far enough away to be fairly easily ignored. If there's nothing anyone wants to do for the evening, then we can fast forward until the morning.
Brick's gonna wait until there's a moment he can get Kazumi alone.
Kasumi, do you allow yourself to be alone?
I mean, the only time she's gonna be alone, which is not necessarily alone, is when she gets ready to go upstairs to go to bed.
Yeah, creepy stalker man. You gonna go talk to her?
When she goes upstairs, Brick's gonna give it a moment and then follow after and knock on her door.
Mariko, are you up there with me?
Mariko would have gone up to the bed before you had gone up because she probably wants to try and just lay down and try and feel
Yeah.
normal.
Must
You got the
become
tipsy
horizontal
spins.
so everything stops moving.
Exactly.
So Mariko is in the room. Sumi slightly opens it. Yes.
Brick just has the jug. Here you go.
Oh no. You can keep it. You clearly really wanted it. That's fine.
Zahn just walks on that way. Ah, yes, and you have the personal restraint to not drink from it ever. He says sarcastically.
Can we talk?
About.
I'm. How? Sorry, having trouble words not coming to mind. You're still mad at me.
I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
That's worse.
Brick just looks down the hallway. Shut up!
You just see Zahn, the staircase going up and out, and Zahn's head is just, slowly peeking.
Not even the head, just the ears are around the corner.
You just hear, "You're doing a terrible job!"
You suck at this!
I thought that if I thought if I went back to my usual... Well, there's no other word for it than stupidity. Things would go back to normal, but I realize that's not an option.
Well, no, and also we had just discussed the reason why the jug does not need to be played with. Because it is dangerous. So you're lucky to still have all of your limbs.
I respectfully disagree that it is dangerous to me, because
Okay, and
so
that's
far,
fine. You can keep it then. If you want to play your experiment, I'm not gonna stop you anymore.
I feel I'm sorry. I viewed this more as a fun game of keep away, and I didn't know you felt that strongly about it.
I more or less feel, or I guess felt strongly about it because I don't want to see my allies getting injured or putting themselves in bad predicaments. But if it's just a fun game to you, then you keep it. Was there something else you wanted to discuss?
I'm just sorry. I don't mean to keep upsetting you. I don't like that I'm constantly upsetting you. I'll be honest, I don't know how to act.
You have a lot of growing to do. But I just have to remind myself that you're how many days old now?
Damn, how old am I?
Hold, please.
Zahn is still eavesdropping. You're a big baby man.
Rick cuts the jug at him.
Ah, yes, throw the jug at the wall. See how well that works.
You are approaching 6 months.
Cool. Little under 6 months, half a year.
I was right.
So
Rick actually chucks the jug and sees it because he's in the stairwell, right? He sees if he can bounce it off a wall and ricochet and hit him.
Roll a d20, add your dexterity modifier.
7.
In your haste to punish Zahn, you just sort of chuck it and just kind of like lands halfway down the hallway and just rolls towards you, Zahn, on the floor.
Sticks his head up. Oh, free jug. Takes it and puts it in his bag.
All right, Zahn is now in possession of the jug.
Makes note. Zahn has jug of what's it called again?
The jug of many things.
yeah, jug of many things.
Well, that solves that problem now.
Oh,
Oh, but does it break?
well,
You better watch every drink you take now.
I'm going to get to sleep, but as I mentioned, you have a lot of growing to do.
I guess so.
Yeah. Well, good night. And she just shuts the door.
Rick just kind of not on the door, but like walks to the opposite end of the hall, like turns around, walks to the other wall, and just everyone hears just a slow thud, thud, thud as his head bangs on the wall.
All right. Anything else?
Zahn just goes to go sleep on the roof of the cart. Go stare at the stars. Contemplate life.
So you're not outside.
Why?
You are in the castle.
Gonna pretend they're stars.
Okay.
Shining bright.
Okay.
Contemplate things that he's lost, his loved ones. He's just...
Go on.
I'm gonna swap the spell when I sleep.
Oh, okay. I was waiting for some, like, sublime revelation. The night goes by calmly for
Dear
everyone.
God,
Well,
I'm a rabbit.
goes calmly for everyone, but maybe Brick, who's still just kind of kicking himself. Moriko, you are probably one of the first to wake up since you went to bed the soonest. You're okay. You kind of got dry mouth, like you just really need to get some water in you. But otherwise, you're fine. No other real adverse effects. Just a little dehydrated.
Riku's gonna quietly go down to the kitchen to get some water.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
17.
17. You come so close to tripping over Pez. You're not really used to being in the wagon. Like you've been around it for the last few days or so, but you're not quite used to how the rest of your group interact with their home. And you kind of recall where the chairs were and everything, but your toe catches on something that just wasn't there before. And you stumble forward like just half a step, and you look down, and there's just Pez underneath the table, just yellow eyes.
What's up?
I'm just gonna go get some water.
Okay.
Gonna continue to the kitchen.
Okay. You just you go to get your water, but there's just that sense that something's watching, and you keep looking over into the shadows of the table, and there's just
Fluffy's just gonna poke his head out of her hair, laser eyes back at Pez.
I'd like an eyeball.
No.
All right. It's still fairly early in the morning. The light is slowly beginning to creep in. Kind of where you are is a bit of an overhang, so there is natural light that comes in, but it kind of takes it a minute to really start to bounce off the reflective surfaces and come through the windows. For those of you that are used to being in the wagon, it gives you more of a sense that it's an overcast kind of day until you remember we're not outside. But eventually you all come back to consciousness, well rested. The day is yours. What would you like to do?
Well, I don't know when they said that gowns would be ready. Kasumi's like sitting by the table, talking to Mariko, drinking her morning
I was gonna
tea.
say with tea, of course.
Yeah, of course. With tea.
Mariko's just rehydrating.
How are you feeling this morning?
Wait, she didn't grab the jug, did she?
I just want to drink so much water.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of the times when people partake in alcohol that they're very thirsty the next morning.
I don't like this.
I don't think I drink enough to get...
Kasumi, you missed the perfect opportunity to try to stop her from licking a candle. And you went with alcohol instead.
Listen! Kasumi may be very good at taking things, but she is not a liar.
Your
So I'm not
deception.
sure when those are going to be finished. Do you remember? Did he say was he going to bring them by here?
Fuck DM, do I remember?
Or were you
Make
too
a history
occupied
check.
with the candle at the time?
He was.
I am not very smart.
Well, you were also looking at candle at the time, so...
I just got a natural 20 on that.
Oh.
Through drunken recall, Mariko, you remember that pretty much every business you went to where you placed an order, they asked where it could be delivered to or how to get into contact with you, and you had not decided where you were going to be staying yet. So they currently do not know where you are to get you your orders.
We never really told them where we are.
Oh. That's
Because
right.
we hadn't decided.
I
Because
think
there
we-
was the option of being and staying in one of the inns, or you were going
Right.
to stay in the cart. You hadn't quite decided yet.
Okay. Well, then we might need to make another round trip. A couple of places. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else have any plans for the day?
Nope.
God, fucking damn it!
Did you
Which
forget
one?
something?
Zod walks in the equivalent of what would be boxers. That's it. I'm like, did I take my clothes on? Did I leave them off? High roll, took them off, low roll, kept them on, rolled a fucking natural 20.
Okay, so you're practically naked.
I mean, I'm obviously clothing up the parts that matter, but yes. He's wearing the equivalent of PJ shorts.
Okay.
Good morning.
Cool.
I'm hungry. Wants food.
It's an interesting choice of attire today.
Ah, yes. We're tired of wearing my armor nonstop. I'm going to breathe the
Okay.
fluff.
So
There
I
are
take it
definite
you're-
armor imprints. Like his neck is nice and poofy, but everything else is just
Compact.
yes.
So I take it you're staying in the cart today.
Whatever did you said.
Or not? He looks very confused.
No, I thought we were going to go, what were we going to do today?
We do have to run to a couple of the shops to give them a new updated location where they need to send what we ordered.
Ah, yes. I shall go with you then.
Like that?
Like what? Oh, yeah, I should probably get a
That?
shirt.
Okay. She gestures.
What? Am I that hideous?
Yes.
I don't want to hear it, floor dirt man.
All right. Just make sure you keep a little dirt under the pillow for your. Never mind.
Keep some dirt under your pillow for the dirt man. He'll come and get you.
Zon will go up and find some just... I don't know if he really has casual clothes, but whatever he has is the closest to casual clothes.
You do have the padded undergarments that's supposed to protect you from your fur and skin getting pinched by the armor. It's not flashy, but it's wearable.
Wait a minute. Don't we have the outfits?
I think there
Yeah. I'm Zon's
might
fancy
have
outfit.
been some male clothing in one of the closets upstairs. I don't know if it's your size.
How?
Out of character, how would like a 9-foot tall dragonborn outfit fit a 3-foot tall bunny?
A dress.
It just walks out wearing
So,
nothing but his
a
shirt.
trench
His shirt
coat.
fits.
A trench coat, he would come down to about the waistline of it with his feet. The arms would be about this far away, and he'd just be flapping them.
Like a kid playing dress up with their parents' clothing.
Yes.
I do actually remember that I have the fancy outfit we went to go see the King King. So he's going to put that on because fuck it. He doesn't get to wear nice things. One that like has snow constantly orbiting the back of his head. Shit. I'm gonna look
So
like
you-
royalty, baby. Let's fucking
You
go.
walk down like that. Okay. Well, quite the drastic change there.
I know. I look sophisticated. But only
I mean,
look.
it's nice to see you put together for a change.
Could use more dirt.
I felt extremely insulted and then just no.
Insulted, I just said that you look nice.
You said that I don't look put together. I always look put together. Put together with armor and weapons. It's kind of my saying, okay?
She just takes her tea and she's like, uh-huh. So, are we leaving soon?
Sure.
So, Brick, you're the only one that hasn't really said anything. Have you come down? Are you sulking, or what's going on?
So, Brick would have, at some point early in the morning after his after his sleep, he would have, instead of going through the front, because he usually knows Pez is down there, he would have actually gone up through the tower and jumped off the side, and then early in the morning gone to go find the fighters he was hanging with yesterday to go through like morning drills and sparring.
Okay. So then the four of you are getting ready to head out. If you decide to go and look for Brick, he is not in the wagon.
Hey, Cassie, where'd Brick go?
Oh shit.
He left really early. He went out the top.
Weird.
Yeah.
Did he say anything?
No. He did hit his head on me a few times last night, though.
Rude.
Oh,
Yeah.
that must have been what the sound was. I guess we can leave a note for him so we can know where we went.
About what time would you say it is, DM?
It's not terribly early in the morning for them. With you not needing to rest as long as the others, you were able to get up very early if you chose to, and kind of get in there with like the those that are going for really, really early morning drills. So at this point, it would be probably between 8 and 10 a.m., somewhere around that ballpark.
Okay. If it's closer to 9 or 10, he probably would have been back already. Like, he probably is walking through the door as they're having this discussion.
Fair enough.
So at that point, Brick opens the door, walks in, sees everyone there. Morning.
Good morning.
Hello, sir.
Where did you run off to?
Went to go spar and do morning drills with the other warriors. Need to
Okay.
clear my head.
Well, is it clear? Is your head ever clear?
Zahn is very regal this morning.
I look like royalty, and I feel like it too.
So I was half listening while I was typing something up. He's wearing Dragonborn clothes?
No, he was wearing the wedding attire that he had gotten for
Right.
Emma's wedding, or Enna's wedding. Sorry.
I thought that we weren't going to the feast until later.
This is not my feast outfit. This is the outfit from Knightly Kingdoms. There is another outfit that I have coming for the feast.
Okay.
This is
expect
his
him to
What
go out
happened
there
to your
naked?
armor? Sorry, there was...
What you say, Paz?
Do you expect him to go out there naked?
Nope, just confused
Well-
why he's not wearing his armor.
He almost did go out naked, so I appreciate the outfit change.
Keep calling me ugly without saying I'm ugly.
No, I said you almost went outside practically naked.
I'm calling you ugly.
I mean, to be fair, someone that is attracted to scales seeing something with fur, it makes sense.
Brick's just gonna look at him. I guess I should phrase it as a question. What happened to your armor?
Up in one of the rooms.
Oh, okay. I knew you had the jug, so I thought maybe you had taken a drink from it and your armor disappeared or something.
I'm not irresponsible like you in that way, Brick.
Well, anyways, we're
Okay.
gonna go run some errands today. We have to go run
Alright.
to a couple of the shops. Would you like to come along?
Sure.
Okay. Mariko, are you ready to leave? Have you hydrated?
I'm hydrated.
Okay.
Does she still look very disheveled?
No more than usual.
Okay.
Son will pull out the cup and just holds it over by Moriko. Bacon candle. Or not bacon candle, meat candle.
I'm not hungry right now.
Oh, for later.
Okay, well, let's go. Kasumi stands up and starts walking out the door.
Okay.
Zahn will brush himself off, even though he wasn't dirty, and walk out afterwards.
Fix
Well,
that.
Zahn, you go to brush yourself off, and little flecks of snow just sort of like fall off. No matter how many times you go like this, it's just snow, 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 snow.
When Pez, because I assume Brick just kind of steps out of the doorway. When Pez walks past, he just kind of looks at him. Did I miss something?
To who, Pez? Oh, sorry. Carry
Yeah.
on.
I miss a lot of things, so I don't know what you missed.
Fair enough. I feel like sometimes we're on the same page, which is no page at all.
Yep.
I do a front flip into the dirt.
So you're
bad.
walking at the back of the line with Pez, and you're in this nice, clean castle floor. But as soon as you get outside to where the sun is beating down on you, there's nice cobblestone streets everywhere. You're just kind of walking. You see Pez kind of like going this way, and you just kind of follow him out of habit, just pack mentality. And he goes, "Yep." Whoop. You go. That
I give
tracks.
it a 6. I've seen you do better.
True. I now smell earthy.
Oh,
that
that's
like?
right, because you got licked clean.
Let's
Yeah.
go back to the Mouth Cat Cafe and get you clean again.
I'm allergic.
So, here, let me paint an image that I'm seeing here. Brick has followed Pez to the side of the road, and Pez has dove into the dirt, which is, there's bushes and stuff. So Brick is standing there talking to the bush, and the rest of you turn around just normal, just talking to a bush.
Mariko heard the Pez voice, so she's talking to Pez.
No, I know, but like to the random passerby, they're just 4 people talking to a bush.
It's a magic bush.
What is that? What is it like to smell earthy? Like, how would you describe it to someone who can't smell?
Smoke starts to come out of the bush.
I mean, yep.
I refer to my
I just
previous
walk away.
statement.
I feel somehow even less informed than I was a minute ago.
Okay. So, we can go about this one of 2 ways. We can kind of just fast forward and say that you go to all the places to give your updated delivery address. We can go individually to the places if you want to interact with some of the locations again. Kind of up to you guys here.
Yeah, would Brick be potentially interested in purchasing things at like a magic? We have to go to a magic shop. And
Rick,
Hold on.
At this-
let,
at
let-
the
let- let her,
mention-
let her give the list real quick, just so that
Sorry.
you are aware
Well,
what's there.
I mean,
Yeah.
for the most part, the half of the stuff that she got to take home that day. But she needs to go to the magic shop, and they need to go to the tailor.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone else has something. Zahn, did you buy something?
Yeah, did the tailor person.
Well, besides the tailor.
No,
Did
the
you buy
magic
any
guy didn't
weapons
know how to
or-
make good magic stuff. So
Okay.
Well, he wasn't
And
able
no
to do
weapons.
it quickly.
No, you said he wasn't able to do it at all.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I do. Everything right here. Magic guy sucks.
Seems to be a running theme.
Yeah, I know. With all this money burning a hole in my pocket, and I can't spend it on anything.
And Kasumi also bought little chain jewelry for her ears, so she now has dangly bits on her ears that jingle
Quietly.
quietly. She bought
yeah,
the quiet
she's-
kind.
She was very, very specific about that. For like 20 minutes.
It was important.
It was an
okay?
ordeal.
It is important. She is a rogue. She wants style, but also we need to be stealth.
I do have a question for Taylor.
That
so.
reminds me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so-
What does it remind you of?
Magic shop and tailor.
Next time we're back at the cart.
Okay. While we are at the tailor, I do have a question to ask the tailor.
Okay. So you can go to the tailor, you can go to the Mothcat Cafe, whichever one you want to do first. I don't know if you want to stop there, just kind of say that you went, or we can go on to the tailor.
Yeah, we can go to
Alright.
the tailor.
Okay, so heading off to the tailor up in the McWalton district. It's very easy to find. You were there previously, and as before, you were able to smell it long before you were able to see it. Brick, you're out of luck. But you end up getting back there, and in the back of the room, stalling for time. Where'd he go? There it is. Towards the back of the shop, Brick, when you step inside, on your left is just reams and reams of fabric. Some of them are on display, some of them are rolled up and put into shelves. On the right side, you see a lot of jars, candles, really intricately designed holders with some sort of liquid inside. Excuse me. And towards the back, you see a stool with 3 mirrors surrounding it, currently unoccupied. And behind there, you see a multitude of dress forms. With those of you that did order outfits, you see the beginnings of what you talked to with Kittel about it are beginning to take shape. And he seems to be working on multiple at a time. He'll work a little bit here. He'll go get some fabric, use it on the one dress form, use the same fabric on the other one. And it takes him a second to notice your arrival. But as you step inside, he goes, "Well, good morning. Did I do something wrong?" And he seems to be looking towards Brick. Brick, sorry, this is a very tall Firbolg with kind of like purpley maroon hair, big kind of bushy beard. His clothing is very, very clean, very, very tidy. Let me get a thing for you.
Okay.
But yeah, he seems to be very concerned that you have Brick coming in behind you.
Rick just sees him looking toward, looks behind. Oh, I'm not a guard.
No, he's part of our group.
I have many questions.
Yeah. We were just stopping by to give you an updated delivery location because we decided where we'll be staying.
Excellent. Where might you be staying?
We'll be staying in the castle. We'll be staying inside our house cart in the castle.
He takes a second, pulls the little pincushion off of his wrist, sits it on the nearby table, and goes to sit down, steeples his fingers, and says, "I'm sorry, what?"
Oh, I'm sorry. Was it? She looks at Brick. Was it a dialect thing? Is there a different word for it?
No, I think.
No, I understood all of those words individually, but strung together in a sentence, I am baffled.
Hi, I am Brick, the Golem, Generation Zero Life Enchanted Machine. I am an artificial living being created by the goldsmiths. We are guests of Her Majesty.
Make a persuasion check.
That's super disadvantage.
To kind of illustrate my point, I
Make
pop
your
open
persuasion check.
Okay, boom. Oh shit. Persuasion?
What?
11?
He looks at Brick and then looks at the rest of you. Almost expectantly.
He's weird.
We are
Says the pink thing.
We are in fact no more candles today, by the way. We are in fact staying in the castle. I mean, that's kind of the whole reason we came to see you. We needed outfits to wear for our dinner with the Empress.
Right, I do recall this now. I just was not. What is this wagon? You stay in the castle in a wagon.
So imagine a cart that you would use to transport goods from one place to another, but like the size of your shop on the inside, and it more or less moves on its own without the use of horses or whatever you use here to pull carts.
Think of a small magical house on wheels.
It's our home.
You are all very weird.
Yeah,
Goes, tell me about it, and like pops open every like vent on his arm or something, so you can see there's nothing inside the armor.
Yeah, we are
I
told
don't
this
hear-
often.
I don't hear that word as the descriptor often.
I do.
I prefer interesting.
That's not what they call
Unique.
us. They call us
No.
weird.
I'm pretty sure they call us weird.
What
To each
pets?
their own.
I was just saying unique,
Unique.
That's a better word. I like that one.
eclectic.
I don't know what that word is.
Fancy.
Actually, Pez, I'm surprised that you knew what that word meant.
Look, I may be dirt, but my brain ain't dirt.
You, in
Pretty sure
fact,
you
are
have
not what
directly-
you eat.
Pretty sure you have directly conflicted that statement in the past, but I'll let that slide.
I mean, I built you.
You know what? Fair.
Well, I suppose with such a descriptor, it should be easy to find you.
You see, most of the gods know we are staying there.
Yeah. It shouldn't be a problem.
Well, then I should get back to work. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Yes. There wouldn't happen to be any place that would be similar to a spa or a self-care place that people help you with?
There is the Winewater Bathhouse, slightly north of here.
Do you do everything yourself, or do there are those that you can hire to, for less of a better term, help you or work with you?
I do not believe that they have attendants to assist you. If you wish for that, then you would need to go to the Pipilton district, and it is far more expensive.
That is fine.
Why do you need help bathing?
I do not need help bathing. I do not get to spoil myself often, and I would like my fur to be attended to by somebody other than me.
I mean, we can go back to the Mothcat Cafe.
Or you can always go back to Fern's Cafe and call for your girlfriend.
Uh-huh. He's got a point.
Not sure that Fern would allow that to happen in his shop. If money is no objective, then you would be looking for the Sunset Bathhouse in the Pipilton district.
Said the sun. One more time, I apologize.
The Sunset Bathhouse. It is a bit too pricey for my blood, but I have heard good things from it.
Wunderbar. Thank you very much. We will have to make a trip there.
Well, and I will be sure to mention your shop when we go to our dinner with the Empress, because I know you are wanting to make a little bit of a trying to think of
Loose
I wish
and
to
an
out-
sales.
impact on the
Both of those. We have a healthy competition here, and very much a may the better man win.
Yeah. All right.
I imagine
That's
this
all we
would
really
take me
wanted to
another day
do.
or two to finish.
Okay. And you'll have it delivered to the castle?
I will do my best.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I needed to do here. Did any of you need to do anything else here?
Can I?
Was Mariko left unattended?
She's behaving.
Okay.
But there's a new candle on the table.
Could I tell just by the basic colors and designs which one Kasumi's is?
Make an insight check at disadvantage.
Probably not. Definitely not. 5.
5. There are 2 dresses there that are very, very colorful. They're nowhere near complete, so you can't really tell size differences, and you're not 100% sure which one might be going to whom.
Gotcha. Are they like roughly the same colors?
Not really, but they're in the early stages, so it's hard to tell what's a placeholder fabric or the actual final coloration.
Okay.
And for all you know, it's for Pez.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fancy motherfucker.
Or for our lovely tour guide.
Or for the tour guide.
You bought him a dress?
I did. I bought him a robe.
A robe.
Yep.
Alright. What would be the next stop?
Did we already go to the magic shop?
We can breeze past there if we'd like, or if there's anything anyone in particular wants to get done there.
If they do end up going to the magic shop, before he enters, Briggs is just like, looks at Zon. Is this one an asshole?
9. He just was not able to give me what I was looking for.
Ah. So.
Did you need anything at the magic shop?
Good. Thanks. I mean, I'm always up for a look around, I guess, but if Zon didn't have good things to say, then...
It's not good. It's not to say I'm not good, it's just I'm looking for something very specific, and it's not the expertise.
Oh. Is this the browsing type of store, or is it made on demand?
As you get there, you see the name of the shop is Mage to Order.
Not the browsing type of store. Got it.
I ordered some potions, so.
Oh, what type?
Haste.
Ooh, good choice.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing off the top of my head.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
So, Kasumi, you pop in really quick. You find the proprietor sitting behind the table. He seems to be collecting some of his things. And as soon as you walk in, he looks and goes, he starts to say, we're not open for business. And he sees you and goes, oh, good morning, blah, blah, blah. You tell him where you're staying. And he says, excellent. I was just about to go start working on it. I just left a few things here, so you got quite lucky.
Well, good. I will just be sure when you're finished, if you could bring it to the castle, that would be greatly appreciated.
I would be happy to.
Thank you. And then I won't bother you anymore. You've got some work to do, and then shoots.
Okay.
Heads out.
So Kasumi comes back out in very, very short order, seeming very pleased with herself.
Well,
what's next?
that's all I needed to do today.
I have one thing I want to do.
Okay.
I forgot what it was.
But I don't know if everyone wants to go there, since it is expensive.
Are you wanting to go to the bathhouse?
Yes, I want to be pampered and told that I am pretty.
All right.
I lean down to
suppose-
Pez. I'm guessing you don't want to go to the bathhouse.
I mean, they got a mud bath, most likely.
Oh,
Fair enough.
yeah. I mean,
I like the
no
look
one
on the TSA's. He contemplates this.
If no one had anything else they wanted to do, I would be fine with attending. Not so sure how I'd feel about other people bathing me, but
And I
I
got
don't know.
my own hands, so I can do myself.
It's nothing to do with pacing. I'm covered in fur. It would be nice to have my fur brushed and combed and shampooed and cleaned.
Do you think
It's
they
not
do
easy
warm
to do.
oil?
What was that again?
I said, do you think they do warm oil?
Oh, glad that was in reference to yourself. I
It
was
just
about
gets
to
lowered
kill
in.
I don't think I like the idea of random people touching me.
I'm not a big fan either. I was unfortunately subjected to a lot of children that like to yank on my tails when I was younger. So
a child.
yes, but we can accompany you to the. So, if you had anything else to do?
I mean, if Zahn wants to be all pampered by other people's grubby grubs, the rest of us could just vibe in a mud bath.
Ah, yes. Why don't you all take some mud baths? That sounds like a great thing. All of you can join peasants at.
Sumi's eye twitches at the thought of that.
Oh, what? Kasumi's, it sounds like such a nice experience. You don't want to experience something that peasants culture has to offer?
I don't like mud.
I think
we can
Pez's
start
definition of culture has way different meanings than what you think it does.
I know exactly what I
The
said.
man is walking penicillin, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yep. Sumi's gonna look at the map. And we're gonna start heading that way.
Okay.
Yes.
It is in the Papilton district, which is much cleaner, much wider roads. There's fewer people milling about. There's not as much trade going on here. But you do follow the map and you see that the symbol on there seems to be a taller structure, maybe cylindrical in shape. And soon enough you do approach it. And it is a very, very large circular structure with marble columns that go all the way up to a tiered roof. And stepping inside, large archway, and right inside you see a central room. Like, even the interior is circular in shape. All around the outside you just see a multitude of doors. And in the very center of the room there seem to be two semicircular desks pushed almost together to make a central hostess area, for lack of a better word. And in the very middle there is someone that at first glance you kind of have to blink, look at Mariko, and look back, and you're really struggling to figure out which one's more wild. There is a younger looking satyr girl standing behind the counter, heavily tattooed, has a wreath of fresh flowers in her hair, strips of leather rawhide wrapped around her deer-like antlers, long fluffy ears, face painted. Doesn't seem to really fit the vibe of the Papilton district. But nevertheless, even inside of there, you do see one or two well-dressed individuals walking from the counter to one of the doorways and letting themselves in. And once they are gone, the figure turns around to look at you and goes,
Hello. Welcome to the Sunset Bathhouse. How can I help you?
Oh, damn, that's what she looks like?
yeah.
Well, hello there. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hi.
I am looking for somebody to help me attend to quite a lot of fur. Be cleaned and, you know.
Well, here at the Sunset Bathhouse, we have private baths for everyone. We don't have public baths, unfortunately, but each room has their own attendants. They will assist you as needed, and for some extra gold, they may assist you further.
I think I'll both Kasumi and I tilted our heads at the same time. Like, well, that would be great. So, Do any of you want to join me, or are you all going to the mud bath?
I thought you're paying for someone to join you.
I am.
Okay. No, I'm good.
Nobody? Nobody else? Just me?
I mean, when you say it's private, you mean its own room.
Yes.
No one else can come in.
Just the attendants whenever you need them.
But what if I don't want them in there?
Then they aren't in there. When you go inside, there's a little rope that you can pull. You pull it, someone will come in, you let them know what you need. If you need more soaps, a different smell, some more towels, whatever you need. And if you wish to pay them extra to assist you in your bathing, then you can.
How much for a non-assisted bath?
20 gold for a room.
And how much
Sumi
would
Sumi looks down at her tails. What condition are they in after dealing with the jungle in the city?
They've been cleaner. You did fight a giant roachy-like creature. And
You're a dirty ass motherfucker.
You got them clean-ish, but there's clumps. You could do with a soaking.
And brushing. And drying.
I will take an unassisted bath.
Okay.
By myself. She
You do
continues
not-
to repeat that.
She looks at all of you and
You can have as many people in your bath as you want.
Or none.
I am willing, if anybody would like to not have to worry about paying anything, I will cover whatever anybody would like to come to the bath. But I will have attendance, and I will be pampered. And I don't care, and I have no shame.
Oh, hell, if
I
you're
just-
paying, I'll take one.
Okay.
I want a bath.
You both may join me, son.
No, not in your room.
So, 4 separate rooms.
Rick?
I just kind of look at all of them. Do I need one?
You're kind of scuffed.
I think a hose could probably do just fine.
Hose?
Rick just kind of lowers his head a little.
Where's the
oh god, no. That will never be in one of my campaigns.
I have PTSD.
Rick just kind of looks around. I mean, y'all are each getting 4, like you're each having a separate bath.
Yep.
Yes, my bath will be alone. And she keeps repeating that.
You can
Okay.
join Zahn if you want. You haven't had good Father Rick time.
More like the brother, but yes, sure.
A bath is a perfect time for bonding.
Oh, good. Then
Or
Brick,
did-
you need to... No, Brick, you need to catch up and bond with Kasumi. You guys have been running into some trouble. Go to Kasumi's then.
She is
Look how
staring
Kasumi goes
at
at him.
So which room will I be taking a bath alone in? She looks back at the attendant.
She's just been kind of sitting there watching this discussion go back and forth like a tennis match.
Well, no one's paid me yet.
Riko's like ruffling through her bag to get her coins.
No, Zahn said he's paying.
If you were joining me in my room, I was. But you do not want to, so...
So wait, there's
alone.
4 baths at 20.
Each, yes.
20 a room.
Okay. Rick, 4 baths at 20 gold. Trying to do math. It's not working.
It's 80 gold.
Yeah, Brick puts down 8 platinum pieces. I believe is the correct amount.
She reaches out, takes the coins,
Very well.
and she gestures to the 4 different doors that seem to be side by side.
Zahn will be like, and how much for the extra attendance?
You'll have to talk to the attendants about what you want done.
Okay.
And they are free to decline.
Well, that's fine.
Kasumi's gonna go to the farthest door away.
Okay. Kasumi leaving the rest of you behind. And eventually the others of you going inside to your own bathroom or bathing areas. They are lavish. Richly colored silks hanging from the ceiling. One room has deep reds, another has purples, one with blues. There are different benches. Some of them have cushions. Others are just straight stone because they're assuming you're going to be getting things wet. The bath starts out in a very shallow pool with seating underneath, and it goes a bit deeper towards the other side where it's a little bit easier to dunk yourself. All along the side are wicker baskets with candles already lit, which is a danger for someone here. Different bottles of lotion, soaps, pretty much anything you could think of for bathing is within reach of the water itself. And sure enough, at the back of every room, relatively near to a door in the middle, is a thick rope hanging from the ceiling. Zahn rips his out of the ceiling, just gong, 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 gong. Within just a few seconds of you pulling the bell rope, the door opens and an attendant walks in. A bigger male, has a tabard covering his front. His gaze is turned downward, is not really looking up. He goes, "You rang? How may I assist you today?"
Yes, I am looking for somebody to help me to attend to quite a lot of fur that I cannot reach myself. I need it cleaned and brushed, please.
Do you have a preference for attendants?
No, to be completely honest, as long as they are skilled, my preference is open.
Give me but a moment. And he steps back through the door again, shuts it. The rest of you go about your time bathing, soaking, relaxing. Pez, do you actually jump in and bathe, or do you jump in and skip across it like Sodium, just like repelled by the water?
He makes his own one bad.
He goes, skip, 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 skip. Boom! Fucking death charge. Sorry, do you actually bathe?
Yeah, well, I bathe and then ring the rope, and then I assume they drain the pool of mud. And then I get clean again.
You definitely jump in, and there's a oil slick, but the water is not able to be quickly drained. You kind of just sort of have to like outrun your own filth for a little bit. But there are plenty of brushes with that are on the ends of sticks that you can use to reach the harder areas, and it actually feels pretty good getting into the little nooks and crannies of your scales. It might take you a minute to find a scent that you enjoy that's not like super floral or super like sugary or anything, to find more earthy scents. But eventually you're able to find something that pleases your palate.
I will say, for Kasumi, she takes like the first 5 minutes ensuring the door is properly locked.
Let's start putting furniture, barring the door, bench.
She takes the bell pull and wraps it around the handle so it can't open.
Doing a perimeter search of the room to make sure that there's no other disturbances or no way someone else could see in. And when she first gets in, she uses her tails as part of a cover when she gets in.
Don't look at my shame.
She's just very not comfortable with being here, but she knows she needed to bathe. So after soaking for a while in her human form, she does eventually go to fox form and just starts doggy paddling around. Just so she can make sure she gets all clean.
In your searches around, there's not a lot of places for someone to hide. There's definitely places where you know that you could hide, being your little thiefy self, but you check those places and there's no one there. You lock eyes with the rope and you're like, okay, don't go anywhere near that. The door shuts behind you. You're nervous for a bit, but you've checked everything. You feel okay. And after the first few minutes of soaking, it starts to slip from your mind. You kind of just go into comfort loaf mode. And a little bit after that is when you turn into the fox form and you just start doing laps.
Okay.
Moriko.
Moriko was actually full on soaking in the warm water and just enjoying the warmth and the
Did you
heat.
take your clothes off?
She did. She did.
Okay.
Just walks into the bathroom. I don't know how this works.
What do these shells do?
Do I derobe? Do I soak all of me?
Well, question. Would she had actually encountered, like, hot spring-like areas in the Tempests Mountains and anywhere in the Tempests Mountains?
Not so much hot springs to what you would normally think. Like, there was no specified place for that. The closest you could probably get would be going down into the, hold on real quick. In the Ueca region, where the volcanoes are, there were pools there that were warm, but the content of that water was not good to be soaking in. It was very toxic. It was so sulfurous and acidic. Some of the water around there was warm, or it was either warm or way too hot. You have experienced it before, but nothing quite like this. Like, this is clear water, doesn't have a funny smell. There's plenty of those funny smelling liquids like what you found at the tailor shop.
They taste good.
Some of your favorite foods are in there and they're on fire. They're slowly melting. But you know, dipping a toe into the water, you're like, well, that's way better than I thought. It's very warm. And whenever, if ever, you get fully submerged, this is wonderful.
Yeah, she's just full on submerged, like, nose above the water and just soak.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic. It's up to you if you want to play with some of the soaps and lotions and all. Zahn, speaking of, you do have a few other attendants come in. Not the same one that answered the first time around. There's a male and a female. And for about 10 extra gold, they are willing to help brush your fur, shampoo it,
I give them each
condition
10.
It. They're far more gentle with, and giving a little bit more care since you gave them far more than what they were originally requesting.
Yes.
It's pretty phenomenal. You don't have to do anything. They wash your fur, they dry it off, they're brushing it. Yeah, it's pretty heaven.
This is wonderful. You are fantastic at your jobs.
I'm loving the memes going on over there. Is there anything else anyone wants to do in particular for this bathing session? I am kind of curious, Moriko, are you brave enough to try the molten candle? Are you going to try any of the soaps and stuff? Or are you just soaking?
She doesn't want to risk the wrath of Kasumi like she's seen Brick withstand. But I can just imagine Fluff just like floating on the water, just slowly spinning in the water.
Yeah, Fluff kind of has that like neutral buoyancy of like bugs where he's not heavy enough to sink.
Just like the splutage.
Yeah, he's just super spluted, and he's just like the water tension with all his fur is just kind of like. Brick, what are you doing throughout all of this? Everyone's gone to their different rooms, and you were kind of just left in the lobby with the satyr.
Yeah, no, I'm literally just sitting in the lobby chatting with the satyr. It's like, how busy does it get in here?
We don't usually have this many people this early.
Yeah. Our group is unorthodox. When is your busy
usually
time?
have royal guards coming in either.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting that's the thing. Not a royal guard. I was designed to look like royal guards.
That's weird.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Brick.
I'm Lisley.
Nice to meet you. I'm the Golem, Generation Zero Life Enchanted Machine. I was designed by the goldsmiths.
Okay. You gonna pay for a bath or no?
Oh, no. Is it okay if I just wait here for my friends?
I guess so.
Okay. You seem like very lovely company, but if I'm bothering you, I can wait outside.
It's fine.
Okay. Do I see something cool?
Sure.
And I'll activate the hollow armor and cause like a clone of me to appear next to me.
Please
just got an
keep all
instinct
magical
wave.
abilities to a minimum so you do not damage the premises.
Oh, sorry. Snap my fingers and goose away. Well, no, that's a magical ability too. Damn it. Do you like animals?
I just work the front desk.
Okay. Just kind of awkwardly stare at her after that because I feel like I'm being a bother.
She's giving him so many hits, and Brick is just like...
She just starts to busy herself with, like, taking some of the flowers out of her braid and, like, rebraiding and just kind of, like, turns the other way around the circular desk.
Rick has literally started playing rock, paper, scissors with his own mage hand.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Oh god.
So, an hour or so goes by. Everyone but Pez starts to get a little bit pruny, because I don't know that lizards can get pruny. No, so he's kind of fine. But eventually you all start to get, just little prune fingers, getting a little waterlogged. Zon, you've already been out of the water for quite a while, just kind of lounging in there, just full arm brushing, like you've been dry. They've perfumed you and everything. You feel wonderful. They've been working on your little claws and everything.
Yes.
You got a mani-pedi.
My enemies will enjoy my fantasticness and like claw their eyes out.
Mariko, you struggle a little bit with Fluff, trying to get him clean because, cats and water.
Puts him in the water. Whoop.
Yeah, when you get like the big like beach balls and you submerge it and you just let go and it just rockets back out again. It's always been a little bit of a struggle getting him clean because they don't like to get their wings wet. It makes it very difficult for them to fly. But you're able to scrub them down a little bit and you're able to get yourself clean. It's a little weird to not have the bits of twigs and stuff in your hair anymore, just that natural earthy stuff. But through your bathing, you were able to get all of that taken care of. Your hair dried off, and I was going to say tangle-free, but I'm not sure how intense you are about your grooming. Would you go hard in brushing it, or would you just kind of like get it wet, scrub it down, and just go, good enough?
She's trying to mimic Kasumi, so she's going to try to get as many of the tangles out as she can.
Okay. Make a performance check, because I don't know that you... And you can correct me if I'm wrong if this is something that you think your character would do, but would you have had those, like, would you have taken a comb from somewhere, and would you have tried to mimic people before to use it, or is this like your first time?
She would have done like a Little Mermaid. Just found like a fork.
A fork.
Okay.
You're thinking
so then,
about
yeah, please
A
continue.
dingle hopper.
Please continue with your
Dingle-hopper.
performance check.
A 9.
A 9.
Oh,
The
she's
fork
brushing
won't
it
come
when it's
out.
dry.
You go to the wicker basket and you grab what you think is a comb. It's just kind of like a bristle brush, kind of like a boar's hair brush. So you're trying to get your hair going, but it's not really getting in there to get the tangles. It's just sort of like brushing it more than combing it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Like a horsehair brush.
Yeah. So
She's just gonna give up.
You got some of it, but it's not. When you walk out thinking that you did okay, and you see Kasumi is already out there and looks damn near pristine, and then you see Zahn, who's just magnificent. He's just like, huh. Just a little underwhelmed with your performance, but
Ah,
You
that
are
feels
still
so
clean.
good. How did everybody enjoy that bath?
I feel refreshed.
That's just nice. Thank you, Brick.
and then Pez does emerge.
What?
And he is shiny. Pez looks good.
Ah, the light, it burns!
He's a
Do I
disco
have
ball.
a hat?
The beacons of Gondor have been lit.
I didn't know that was your actual shade, Pez.
Yeah,
look
it's
lighter.
not as dark. Yeah, this is my natural state.
How do you
Yes.
feel?
I mean,
But how do you
slick.
feel about being clean?
I mean, I don't mind getting clean. It's just I like the smell of dirt.
I wonder if we were to find you that spray that you decided to put in your mouth. I wonder if we find you one that smells similar to dirt, if you would feel less compelled to dive and roll in it.
Just puts water and then puts some dirt in a perfume bottle and sprays.
It's freckles.
I mean, Miss Satyr Lady, do you know of anyone who would have dirt spray?
No.
No earthy musks.
You could try the fresh cloth tailor and perfumes.
No. That's fine. Again, I'm perfectly fine with how I am. If I need to abstain from dirt, I will abstain from dirt. Now,
Okay.
She seems really perplexed, and I would say, wait, who has more than like 15 passive perception? I know Zahn
Me.
does.
Almost.
I do.
Kasumi? No? So Mariko, Pez, and Zahn, you see her giving Brick shifty eyes, like, you guys gonna leave soon?
Thank you for coming to the Sunset Bathhouse.
Oh, thank you.
I want to
Yeah.
go back to the cart.
Okay.
Zahn
do
leans
that.
over to Mariko. I can show you how to properly brush your hair later if you'd like.
It's that noticeable, isn't it?
Listen, you. No. No. No.
Deception 1.
It just looks like you're learning the beginnings of knowing how to. It's a little noticeable.
civilization. You're learning civilization.
I want to go back to the cart.
I want to go back to the cart.
Okay.
Cart doesn't judge.
She's getting
Well-
crippled out.
Actually, that one might judge.
It only talks.
She's
can
getting
go back.
severely peopled out.
Okay, let's us head back to Zakat.
Okay. It's a little after lunch at this point from your wandering around to the different shops and taking your time at the bath. Stomachs are starting to grumble just a little bit. You're getting a little bit hungry. So you head back to the cart, and that's actually where we're going to take a little bit of a break. So we'll be back here in just a few minutes to see what the rest of the day has in store and what else they might do. So don't go too terribly far. We'll be back in a bit.
Help.
And we are back. Oh. Nim is Benjamin buttoning himself.
Help.
Help, I need an adult.
So, we're back. Last we left off, the Tempests had gone back into the city of Colatl to some of the places of business where they had made some orders and realized they never told them where to deliver their orders to. So upon doing that, they spent a good portion of the afternoon in the bathhouse in the Noble District. Everyone clean, most brushed properly. The Tempests returned to their wagon home. What would you all like to do? There's still the rest of the day to be had.
Oh, that's right. I choose that. Where is it at? I would like to send a message to mein father.
Okay. What would you like to say?
Hello, father. Hope you are doing well. I don't know why I have my thumb up over here. I am in... Oh, 1 second. I don't remember the name of this. This is out of character, you ass! Oh, yeah.
Aztlan?
I'm in Aztlan. Ran into more like large monsters. Hope you are doing well. Oh, I saw that. And hope Rokasine is also well.
A little bit of time goes by.
Oh god, it's gotta be like fucking middle of the night for him. Shit.
A little bit of time goes by, and you get a much faster response than you were expecting. Concaro's voice seems to be strained, and there's the interspersed grunting. It seems like he is exerting himself. Good to hear. Things are hectic up our way. We got it in hand, but it's dicey. You hear the rest of the message, just him swearing up and down. You don't hear the other side, but it definitely sounds like his words are punctuated by strikes. And then as the last word of the message spell is spoken, it still seems like he is exerting himself over something or someone.
Send one more sending spell. Even if he doesn't use all 25 words. Happy to hear you're fine. Sorry to bother you while you're fighting, but no dying on me. I have had enough of loved ones dying on me.
Okay.
Good luck.
The reply is not what you expect from previous. It seems that he has gotten back into focusing on his task. There's a few shouts, another few swears, a bit of laughter at one point that seems to be like he's still enjoying himself, though things may be a bit dire.
It's just like, he'll be fine. He's Quancaro. He'll be good. Well, that's it.
Okay. Moriko, were you... Sorry, I was going to ask if Moriko was getting any help with her hair.
Mariko went up to the bedroom. She's gonna try and do it herself.
You can sit in the kitchen or in the living room, just one of the chairs, like, of course you do want my help.
And I was gonna say, Kasumi was gonna go up to the room and find the journal of sending.
Oh, okay.
Are you doing like attempting to brush your hair like early on in the night-ish, or?
Well, it's still like mid-afternoon at this point.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So does she walk in on you trying to brush your hair?
Yes.
Kind of looks over at you and she debates on saying anything because she kind of wants you to, she lets you do your own thing per se. But she goes over and starts rummaging and finding the book. She looks over and she's like, "Are you okay?
I can do this.
You do what?
Brush my hair.
You have curly hair. I mean, you do, correct?
I don't know.
I think the art you linked had curly hair in it.
That was unkempt hair.
The problem with the art is that it doesn't really portray the fact that Mariko has spent a very long time in the wilds, where grooming like that isn't really a thing that's a necessity, so it wasn't ever done. So it's kind of hard to tell if it's supposed to be curly or straight. That's kind of up to you, Mariko. When all's said and done, it's washed and clean, and it does get combed. It's your choice.
I wouldn't say her natural hair, like groomed, isn't curly per se, but it has natural waves to it.
Okay. And you're trying to brush it dry, correct?
She's just trying to get the knots out.
Right.
You go in and there's one comb that's just lodged in there, and she's working on the other side.
Is Kasumi familiar with how to handle wavy hair? Because her hair is fairly...
I wouldn't... With your hair being straight as it is, you may not have super familiarity with wavy hair, but, I mean, you've combed your hair enough times in the past that you have a fair idea of how to handle hair to some extent. Probably a bit more than Mariko would.
Okay. She's gonna, like, hesitantly walk up. Do you want any help?
If I'm gonna get help, I prefer you over Zahn.
Okay. Well, the first things first, we need to make your hair.
Okay.
Your hair looks very angry at that comb.
It hurts.
Yes. Let's try to fix your hair. So Kasumi is going to see if she can find some source of water. Like she might have to go down kitchen to get and then she's gonna go grab the bottle of cologne or perfume, not cologne. The bottle of perfume she got.
You just take Pez's breath freshener.
No, Kasumi bought some of her own. Kasumi bought a masculine and a feminine scent. So she's gonna grab the feminine bottle, pour like a little drop in the water, and like stir it, and then use that water to wet your hair. So hopefully a little bit of the oil from the cologne will make it less angry.
Yes.
So she's gonna help you unnat your hair.
It'll take a little bit, but with your help and kind of walking Mariko through how to handle this phenomenon, you're able to get her hair looking really nice. There might be a few stray knots here or there. You may have had to kind of, snip a few of them to get them to finally break loose. That may not have just been from her bathing and combing, that could have just been a knot that's been there for years and it's just never really been addressed. But you're pretty happy with the turnout.
As it's like finally like smooth and like we can get a comb through it for the most part. She's like, okay.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
From here on out, I usually prefer to wet just because it's a lot easier to tame per se. And as much as I know Zahn was offering assistance out of the kind of his heart, he is more familiar with fur versus very long.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was preferring your help. That
So
I
if
feel
you-
like you wouldn't make fun of me like Zahn would.
So if you don't want him to be upset with you, just tell him that I demanded to do your hair.
Okay.
What was I doing? Oh, that's right. I need to go find the journal. So she turns in and goes to get the journal pending.
Okay.
And she sits on the edge of the bed with it in her lap, and she just kind of stares at the page for a minute. She doesn't.
Sorry, you said you don't write anything down just yet?
She doesn't. She kind of sits there and she sets it open to an empty page in her lap, and she just kind of looks at it. And it's almost like she freezes for a moment, and she goes to try to write something, but she just hesitates.
Are you doing this in the room with Moriko? Have you gone
Yes.
back downstairs?
She's still.
Okay.
Riku's gonna look to Kasumi like, I can leave if you want this to be private.
Oh, it's not you. It's not you at all. I just sat down to write a letter, and I can't seem to think of what words I want to put down. I'll be contacting someone I haven't spoke to in a very long time, and I'm not quite sure how they or their opinions are of me currently.
It's rather difficult. I mean, you could always just be blunt. Speak the truth.
I could. That is, if they will take my word. I think that's my biggest trouble.
If you
Do
speak
you
the
remember your
truth,
father?
I remember Abler.
Abler.
Whenever I
Is that-
try to think back what they look like, all I can see is just blurs and shapes of people, but
Oh, I
no
thought you said-
defining.
I thought you said Abler like a name, Abler. Okay.
No.
She's still a little hangover.
Well, I'm going to write a letter to a man that was basically like a adopted father. Is that how you? Kind of. He wasn't my father, but he's the most father figure I've ever had.
Well, if he still regarded you as his daughter, regardless, and he does have feelings for you, even if his opinions of you were not the best at a certain point in time, if he saw you as his daughter, he probably still cares deeply about you.
I hope so. Because sometimes I feel like I've had like a sense of guilt with him. I don't. It's a long story. No need to trauma dump.
You're good. I've trauma dumped enough on you already.
But he had a daughter that was not me. And instead of bringing his daughter back to him, I appeared. So I've always had this sense of guilt. I wasn't good enough. So
But you're your own person.
I'm my own being, that's for sure, and I'm not always easy to manage. But from my hometown, which we are nearing. We are pretty close to it, actually. The next area over. My name was tainted incredibly to the point where practically everyone in the was turned against.
That's not very nice.
It was not. I did not appreciate it. But they just assumed that since I was really good at taking things, that I took something very important.
That's rude of them.
Yeah.
That just speaks badly about their characters, not you.
It's gonna be an interesting reunion. But I figured I would send him a letter. Because I kind of disappeared abruptly after I found out what happened. And might want to give him a heads up before I show up.
I mean, that's courteous. And to be fair, I'm just gonna say this now. If we go there and people try to start shit, I'ma start shit.
I hope it doesn't come down to that, but I do appreciate the support. So I guess I should take some time, figure out exactly what I want to say to him, and hopefully that will be enough.
If your bond is strong, it should be more than enough.
I hope so. But I do appreciate the words of encouragement. I think I need it just to write this letter alone. But okay, I need to focus. She looks down at the book, she picks up the pen, and she's like, okay, and then she starts writing.
Okay.
So, in the letter, it's going to be very simple. It's not going to be a full paragraph or anything, but he is going to write at the top, Barnabas. It is Kasumi. I felt you deserved the courtesy of a letter explaining what I've been up to and where I am currently. We are in the next town over, about to meet with the Empress in a few days. She starts writing we, and then she crosses it out. I know I left unexpectedly, but I was determined to restore my honor, and I found a group of allies that helped me do just. We are assisting one of our own, and we'll be meeting with the Emperor soon. But afterwards, I will be returning to the village. Return what belongs to the city. You can reply if you wish, but I wanted to give you a heads up. And then that's all she put.
Okay. You pull the page out, recite the incantation on the back of the page. The little painted blue dragon on the front peels off, wraps around the paper, looks at both of you, gives a little snake tongue little, and then just in a shower of arcane sparks just curls in on itself. The dragon and the paper vanish.
Alright. Can I close
That's
the book?
really cool.
It's cool when it works. So, we may hear something, we may not, but I think some food would be a good distraction in the meantime.
Yeah.
So she is going to gather herself and walk down to the kitchen.
Reiko's gonna follow.
Okay. Is anyone else doing anything? Is there a plan for the rest of the evening?
So from the moment they got back to the cart, I think I sent you a text about this, but if the answer was no, or even if the answer was yes, he's still going to be in the shop working on his secret project.
Okay.
And he'll let Pez know, but he's not. He'll let Pez know if he wants to help, he's doing it, but he's not trying to be like, come on. He's just like, hey, I'm doing this.
Okay.
Well, I mean, metal's up there if you need it, so just leave me some for some bullets.
I don't think we'll be using the same components, but I appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay. So Brick is spending most of the evening working in the tinkerer's shop of the wagon.
Do I need to make any checks or anything for that?
Since you insist.
I'm just asking.
No. Yeah, make a tinkering check.
That? Really? That's the one? Okay. I add my proficiency?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're proficient with tinkerer's tools.
I am.
Okay.
I believe I am. Yeah, I am.
Okay.
So, natural 20 plus... Where is my 4? So, 24.
Okay. You make really good progress this afternoon and on into the evening. And by the time you feel that you get to a point where you can take a break, you realize that it is well late into the evening. Most everyone else in the wagon has already gone to sleep. You haven't exactly been loud, but it's kind of a, oh wow, it's really dark outside.
Yeah. And I assume the work I'm doing is not like hammering stuff. It's very delicate.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of looking at it and like probably needs a few more faint, like very delicate touches, but like it's almost done. Okay.
Yeah.
Just gonna
You made a lot of progress today. You had some drive and some desire from your earlier yeah.
He's got like a box he puts it in whenever he's not working on it. Just sets it on the box, in the box on like a little cushion, and just closes the box like, yeah, and then goes and passes out across the hallway.
Okay. So the sun rises on the next day, so long as there's nothing that anyone else wants to do. No? Cool. Sun rises. You all wake up at your own pace. There's not a whole lot to be rushing around for. The day is yours. You have another day in the city of Colatl. What would you like to do?
Rick is gonna start his morning with a prayer, and he doesn't have any incense left, unfortunately. Probably should have bought that yesterday. Didn't think about it till now.
Shame.
Shame. But he's gonna go ahead and start like a meditation prayer. Not to one god in particular. It's more like a joined. It's more like a segmented prayer, like this part to this god, this part to this god, this part to this god, and he's saying it to make sure I get this name right. Bowler.
Bowler is the dwarven god.
Yeah. And then I'm sorry. I keep wanting to call it the actual mythical figure, not
Tlazo,
the one, not the
Tlazo Colatl.
Thank you.
Not Tlazel. Tlazo Colatl.
Tlazo Colatl.
Yes.
Okay. Part of it to him, and then he's also going to offer up a prayer to Shinsei as well, as they are the border nation. To Bowler, since he is the smithing god, he's thanking him for giving him a productive day yesterday. To the dragons, he is just a prayer of please keep an eye out for my sister and my maker. Please see them safe, and please help me find where they are.
Okay. Are you doing this in the library? Or
Yeah, I would say probably the library.
Okay.
I would probably, I would say it all
Well,
in the library.
The reason that I ask is because you weren't here for this, and that was kind of my fault. During their tour through Colatl, and you would have been able to hear this as well from talking to the guards and all, there is the temple to Tlazolcoatl in the trade district. It's on the border of the Maqualton district and the Pipilton district. It's the Tlazolcoatl temple. So I just wanted to give you that as an option. If you wanted to go there, you could, or you could just stay in the wagon. Just want to make sure that you knew what your options were that you had available to you.
Okay. In that case, he'd probably break it up as... He'd probably do the prayer to Bowler in the craft shop, and then go to the temple for the other two.
Okay. So it is a little bit of a hike to get there. It'd be about 20 to 30 minutes walking each way. But with your ability to have a much shorter rest, you're still able to get up way earlier than the rest of your party. And you're back to the wagon before the rest wake up.
Okay. All right.
The day does greet the rest of you. Is there anything that anyone would like to do? As I stall for time so that I can write things.
Honestly, no.
You're gonna sleep in?
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's nothing for him to really do.
Sumi is actively waiting for the gowns to arrive.
Rika's gonna rifle through the closet just to see if there's any other outfits that may pique her fancy. She's probably not going to find anything, but she's just trying to fill her time.
Okay.
I'm just gonna vibe. I'm a vibing lizard.
Just vibing under the table.
Yep. Frill's
Sleeping
just
in.
frilling.
Just doing their frill things. I forgot Zon is extra soft. He's definitely sleeping in. He has lulled himself into super deep sleep.
Your fur
As
is
you
so
haven't
soft
purposed-
you don't actually sink into the mattress anymore. You're like fluff on the water.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised you didn't purchase yourself some satin sheets while you were at it.
Silk
Oh,
is the
okay.
only way that I go. Thank you very much.
We could just skin you.
Well, that got dark.
Well, it would be quite comfortable.
Kasumi, when you wake up, your first robotic instinct is to go downstairs, get your tea weird, and make your morning tea.
Mm-hmm.
As you are sitting there, waiting for the weird to brew the tea, you have that moment of realization of, oh shit, I haven't checked the journal.
Oh, yeah.
So, running back upstairs, you do see a loose bit of paper in the journal.
Okay.
Pulling it out, you see handwriting that you haven't seen in a very, very long time. And it is Barnabas's handwriting. It starts off saying, I have been well, but the word well is scratched out. And it now says, I have been better. My age is catching up to me. but I have a new apprentice, a daimyo named Toyo. You know, daimyo meaning lord. He will take my place at the pass. I am proud to hear you are yet so close, and I eagerly await your arrival.
She reads it and she has like a single tear that just falls down. And she's like looking at the letter. Very quickly folds it and then places it where the medallion.
Okay.
And yeah, she's very quiet. But yeah, she wipes the tear off. And she is in the kitchen making her tea while she reads that. Who else is in there?
Well, Pez is definitely there. Pez is always under the table.
Always.
I suppose.
Brick is probably just coming back in as you're finishing the tea.
Okay. You have a bit of a lie-in. There's no rush to do anything. You're waiting for your orders to arrive. About mid-morning, there's a soft knock on the door to the wagon. It opens on its own. Cassie apparently not seeming to recognize any sort of a threat. And standing there looking a little bit confused as the person in a very bright red and green patterned, almost like a toga. It goes from the shoulder to the waist, but then it just turns into kind of flowing pantaloons. Standing there and seeing no one was there opening the door, looks confused, and all of you at the table and, you know, a few of you sitting in your chairs having to turn around to look to see who's there. The Empress wishes to formally thank you on the morrow.
Oh, tomorrow evening?
In the morning, when the sun kisses the slopes of Tolani.
Okay. Where does she need us?
Oh.
Don't mind me with my familiars. Sit down, cat.
Up on one of the upper floors. There will be guards to escort you. You need not get lost.
Okay. Is this a dining occasion?
No, she will be addressing the city.
Okay.
Wait, San leans over. Wait, it's the city?
Yes.
Oh. So this will be interesting.
That is all I have. Shall I relay anything back to Her Majesty?
Looking forward to it.
We'll be there.
Yep.
Thank you.
Bright and early tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, bye.
As he starts to say, when Pez says okay bye and he starts to say okay thank, the door just and Zahn, with your radar dish ears, you hear a okay. Just walks away.
Cassie,
Yeah.
close the door on someone who's about to respond. It's such as rude.
Pez said okay.
Just looks at Pez. How dare you?
What?
Exactly.
We relayed his information. We no longer needed his information.
I can't really argue that. Well, hey, hopefully our outfits are done by today. I think he said they would be done by today. At some point.
Yeah, it has been a few days, so hopefully they're arriving soon.
Oh,
Hopefully.
I say if they're not finished by this afternoon, we should make a visit.
I need to check out my armor. I guess to spell later.
What? Wait. What's been going on with the armor? Are you like airing it out?
No, I have. Well, I'm not going to be fighting. I'm not going to sit there and wear my armor all of the time if I'm going to be, relaxing.
We are inside a castle.
Wait, what?
I was gonna say, we are inside a castle, so I figured if something bad were to happen and we need to fight, it would buy you time to get re-armored.
Yes, exactly. And I did have casual clothes when I lived at home. Just obviously didn't pack to leave for a long period of time.
I mean, you do look 10 times more punchable. Or however much your armor class went down by taking off your armor.
Going to ignore that.
You know what, Pez? I think you're right.
I'm gonna admit
Zahn
that one
just-
took me a second.
Sant just looks at Brick. I will kill you. He knows how
Try.
He knows how you are built, but I can take you apart without trying.
You can try.
I have.
He has.
If you had, I wouldn't still be here.
I need you alive. You live as long as you are useful.
Yeah,
Just
that's,
kidding.
That's threatening.
I'm
that's
just
the meaning of
kidding.
life.
Listen, you threaten me, I threaten back.
I'm confused. You're just spouting like proverbs now. You live and you're useful. That's how life works. Yes.
Not everybody's useful, but for the most part.
If you're not useful, then why do you exist?
You exist.
I don't know. I figure my life is more for calamities than anything else.
You know, that's fair considering you came from the purple place.
Yes. Would you like to go visit there?
No.
That's what I thought. Then just wiggles his hand. Also, I need to figure out your other armor thing, Pez. I am, quite honestly, very secretly excited for my armor to be done from... Oh, God.
You have a god making you armor? How'd you get that to work?
Just shut up. Imbecile.
It's only like you've
from
interacted with this guy for about 2 months now.
Listen, it's been a minute. Shamali is making me some armor, and I'm quite excited for it, to be completely honest. It's been quite some time since I have either, received a new set of armor because it has been too damaged, or, looked at some things that might be more appropriate for what we are doing.
Is he using the dragon horn?
Yes, more than just a horn. But yes.
Cool.
I'm looking forward to it.
Well,
Anyway,
what are we doing today?
waiting.
I assume he's gonna wait until mid-afternoon, and if they still haven't received their gowns in best order, then she'll make a special trip.
I will
The-
assist.
The clothing items do arrive
Yay.
early afternoon. You're about to the point of wanting to go and kick down a certain Furbolg's doorway.
Where's our clothes?
But you hear, with your agitation, and the voice of Cassie just kind of is coming from like the table where you're sitting.
Oh, someone's coming with stuff. Looks like a guard.
And then
Also,
Like
like
stuff.
the voice kind of like, as it says guard, the voice kind of like moves over towards Pez.
Do I let him in?
Does he have packages?
Back over to Kasumi.
What's a package?
Does he have things wrapped around other things in his arm?
He's carrying things.
Okay, what does he look like?
Like brick, but small.
I like how we're basically using Cassie as a ring doorbell right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Okay, let's go. She rushes up to the door.
So you go to the door before anyone even knocks, and you throw it open, and there's
Hi. What you got?
For the Tempests.
Who
Like,
gave them to
you can tell that he's struggling because he's got a shield strapped to his arm. He's holding a spear in the same hand because he was trying to knock, and everything's here, and he's so out of it.
Who gave those to you?
Sumi, helps the poor man out.
Listen, we can't just accept any package from anyone, okay? We need to make sure that it's safe.
Yeah, no, we can accept packages from anyone. It's free shit. Just take it.
It could be deadly.
Okay, you can hand it to the bunny man. There you go. Hand it to
Son
him.
gets up and goes over. Thank you, I'll take those.
And he just sort of like holds his shield arm out for you to take it. And he just kind of stands there for a second, swaps the spear to his hand, looks really awkward, and just goes,
Sumi says,
just
bye,
walks away.
as the door shuts by itself.
So,
You
is
have
the
your
plan that we're
vestments.
wearing these now? I mean, not now.
Oh,
Tomorrow?
no. Zahn has everyone's vestments.
Oh, well, okay, so Zahn is gonna hold your shit hostage, apparently.
Blow their
Well-
brains out.
Originally, I was hoping to wear mine to a dinner, but since she's going to have us address the city, I feel like that would be a great opportunity for us to look our best.
All right.
Yeah.
So, we'll have to
Wait,
be up
when is the
bright and
city
early.
address happening?
Tomorrow morning.
Oh,
Good morning, Mr. Brick.
right. Tomorrow morning is the city address, and then we're going to a feast another time.
I don't know.
Could be tomorrow evening. Who knows?
I think she's planning on addressing the city, and she wants to give us some reward or something.
Yeah.
Got it.
We'll have to be up bright and early to make sure that we are all ready and dressed for the occasion, because we will be in front of a lot of people.
Yep.
Works for me. So I'm just opening the boxes, trying to see like whose is whose. So just make sure he's not, giving somebody a dress.
I'll wear a dress. I'd look fine in dress.
Well, Zahn hands Pez Kasumi's dress.
I hand it to Kasumi.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you whose that was.
Kasumi peeks in, and if it's the right color, she gets very excited.
It's not that difficult to figure out whose clothes are who. He may pass the dresses off and not know exactly who had gotten them, but it takes half a glance to figure out like what's yours and what's Moriko's. It's not rocket science. Were you raising your hand, Brick?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was looking down here and I saw a hand like go up for half a second. It's fairly easy to find whose clothing is whose. You try it on and they fit perfectly. If there's nothing that anyone else wants to do for the day, we can skip ahead to the next morning. Oh, sure. That's how I figured that time.
Sorry, that time. I was waiting for it. Sorry. I was letting you finish what you were doing, though. Would there be a chance, since Brick did so much progress the other day, would there be a chance he could finish before tomorrow morning?
Depends on your role.
I'm going to try.
Okay. Tinker's check.
The survey says
12.
12?
no.
You've hit a slight snag. The fitting for the centerpiece is not right. It's like when you have that one Tupperware lid that's almost the right size, but it won't ever shut the whole way, and the other side keeps popping up.
Fucking
You're running into
worst.
that issue. You're really damn close, though. But you kind of get to that moment of like, if I get mad, I'm going to break something.
just gonna break
and
it.
I'm going to get really mad. So it's kind of a... We're close. Just... I would say breathe, but I can't breathe. So I'm just going to go over here.
I'm gonna go over here and break something else.
Yes. You are very, very close.
Okay. Tried, failed. It's okay.
I wouldn't say a failure. Slight hiccup.
No. Hiccup.
Anything else anyone wants to do?
Gonna shine my boots and my spurs and make sure I'm ready to go tomorrow morning.
You all hear a lot of Haktua from underneath the table.
God damn it. No!
That's going to date this podcast for just a little bit.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
To the counter.
I'm slightly ashamed of myself.
Only
Follow
slightly.
the episode.
No.
Fuck Tua.
Fuck no.
The amount of views we get just because of the name.
Anyway.
Before Kasumi goes to bed, she is going to wrap her hair around some ribbon and then tie them up.
Are you saying ribbons because
And,
you don't have socks?
Yes. Ribbons work too. But that's just how she knows.
Yeah.
Because they don't have curling irons back then.
I'm just being an
And
ass. Okay. Those of you that want to start preparing for such things, is there any other preparations anyone's doing? Making sure they look pretty, checking themselves out, doing preparations like Kasumi's doing.
Don, my gorgeous. Thing.
Before bed?
The night before.
Oh,
Alright.
no, sorry, no. Good morning. I'm excited about it. I'm good to go. Shit, I'm all wrinkly.
I would say Marika would French braid her hair, but she doesn't know how to braid, so never mind.
Tries to French braid. Oh no, my finger won't come out.
I mean, I'd help if I knew what hair was.
Well, you know what hair is, you just don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
If anything, it's just a danger to get in your eye. So, if there's nothing else going on for that evening, the morning comes. Brick, you're up relatively early, like usual. You can start to hear, with you being up as early as you are, even as the sun is just barely starting to light the land, you're hearing far more movement than you have the last few mornings. And not just within the Tolani Castle, it's without as well.
Probably about what time is it?
6, maybe 7 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty early. I say that that's pretty early, but
Early. And probably no one. I'll kind of look under the table. Is Pez still sleeping?
Now my eyes are locked on yours.
Oh god.
Hi.
he senses fear.
Do you hear all the commotion going on outside?
Yeah, it woke me up. I hate it.
Yeah, that's fair. Should we go check it out or wake the others up first?
I'm pretty sure it's just the crowd about to either A, destroy us, or B, listen to the Empress's commands.
Should we wake everyone else up so we can be ready on time? Did they give us a time?
Before the sun.
Oh, before the sun. Oh. Wake up! I'll just shout like as loud as I can to wake everyone up.
I didn't sleep. What? I'm awake. I'm sleeping. Is it time to wake
Where
up?
were you?
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
You yelled. I didn't even see. I don't know. You might not have even heard me.
Yep.
I talk to myself. I don't need you to talk to.
There's Brick going up and down hallways. We were supposed to get up before the sun. Let's go.
Kazumi's already awake.
So is Mariko.
She's been actively getting ready.
And I change into my outfit, of which you can see in campaign spoilers.
Dear God.
I love it.
Oh,
It's a combination of the Elton John and the new vest.
I go find my shoulder cape.
What's up the new one?
Okay. Brick, would you, I mean, apart from attaching your cape, like, would you, like, prepare yourself at all?
I mean, I make sure there's no like scuff marks or anything. Just like a nice like,
Polishing rag.
yeah, polishing rag.
No, I'm just curious. Like, I hadn't thought about it because you don't really wear clothes, so you don't have to, like, and you don't have hair, so you don't really have to, like, check yourself for anything.
Make sure the plumage looks good.
He's naked.
Just make sure I don't look like crap.
So that was a bit of a leading question. So you go to look for a mirror to make sure that everything's prim, proper, in place, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you go find a mirror, and you have no reflection.
He's a vampire!
I was about to say, do I have a thirst for blood? I just gotta like, I walk to the mirror, walk back out of of the view of the mirror, walk back over. Oh. Heh. I don't see this as an issue. And just walks out.
I have questions. I have questions that need answering.
You were not there to have those questions.
I'm aware. I have questions that need answering regardless.
Okay. So you all get prepared in your own way. And eventually there is a fairly solid knock on the door of the wagon. And all of you hear as if Cassie is standing right beside you, wherever you are in the cart. She's managed to figure out how to talk in more than one place at a time. And you hear,
There's a bunch of bricks outside.
Thank you.
Do I let them in?
No, we're going outside.
Okay.
Okay. It's
okay.
showtime.
Showtime!
So, you all step out of the wagon, and there before you are not as many of the Empress's guards that you had seen before, but there's 4 of them. And as you all appear, they snap to attention, and the one on the right steps forward. We are to lead you up to the balcony with the Empress.
All right.
Please follow.
All right.
Sure.
Okay.
Onward.
Exit stage left.
As you all step out of the wagon, the wagon's fairly good about dampening a lot of the sound that comes from outside. But even then, as you step out into the relatively noisy atmosphere, you begin to realize that you hadn't really registered the sound that you were hearing, but now it makes sense that there was a slight droning as you were all getting ready. And a lot of the sound seems to be coming from the streets outside. The guards lead you up a slew of switchback stairs. Thankfully, you're all very fit, and you don't get like too sweaty or gross on the way up. But soon enough, you get to a much higher vantage point in the castle, and there, standing just inside what looks to be heavily curtained balcony. You can see some of the sunlight beginning to peek through. You see Empress Izel, and she's very resplendent. She's wearing emerald greens, bright gold. She has a headdress that accentuates her own feathered head. Her tail plumage is on full display, fully fanned out. She looks at all of you. I hope you are ready for a big crowd.
Yes.
Well, usually there's a big crowd trying to kill me, so let's do it.
I would certainly hope that is not the case. But I have seen you fight, so I am not worried. Let's do this.
She walks over to the curtains and she throws them wide, and they shut back behind her again. And all of you hear, strangely in your own native tongues, but also common, you hear Empress Azel's voice, much like how she was singing before, and her voice was reaching you all across the battlefield. It's not loud, but it seems to be ever present, and you even hear a distant echo of her voice coming back. It's a really, really odd sensation. You hear her say, "Citizens, hear me. Today we gather under Tlazo's sun to honor a great triumph. It is a day of celebration, a day to honor the valor and heroism of an extraordinary group of individuals. The Tempests!" And the curtains, you see, are pulled apart by some of her guards, and they seem to be gesturing for you.
Sumi's a deer in headlights right now.
Oh,
So
Saw just
sorry,
fuck.
girl.
You're supposed to say Saw just walks the fuck out.
Eyes
Pez
wide,
just
like,
fucking...
Brick starts to walk forward, and you said both. Wait, Mariko, are you going as well? Or are you like deer in headlights as well?
she just pupils dilated.
I didn't think I'd get this far.
How many people can we see? Like, how
You-
many?
You see Izel on the edge of a balcony that is trimmed in gold, the same like grayish black marble that makes up the entirety of the castle is just rimmed with sparkling Azlanian gold. And she is standing there, turned, one hand on the railing, gesturing at you. And as she sees like three of you, she's like, "Come, come, come, come."
Well,
You don't
Brick
see
was gonna,
anyone
like-
yet because the sun. Sorry, Brick. The sun is coming in, and it's a little bit dazzling to your eyes.
I hate it.
You have your hat, shush.
Rick starts walking forward and notices the other two aren't coming, I guess, and like kind of takes a step back. He's gonna reach for both their hands if they let him.
Mariko's gonna let him.
So
She hesitates, but instead she steps forward. She just folds her hands in front of her, and she steps forward.
Okay.
After a deep inhale.
So, with some assistance and under some of their own power, the Tempests step out onto the balcony, and as your eyes adjust to the early morning sun that is peering over the horizon, you see down below just a sea of people. You're not sure if it's the entire city, a majority of it, but there's a lot of people down there, and there is a sort of a polite, like, cheering and applause. You hear some are louder than others. Maybe some have heard tales or some are familiar. Very possible that someone that they are, someone down there is related to that you have saved and have heard stories of you. But it mostly seems to be positive. And after a moment, the Empress lifts her hands. These valiant adventurers, with hearts of courage and spirits of unwavering resolve, faced perils that many would shun. It was they who saved not only my life, but also Chichimek and those within. Their bravery in the face of the lurking shadows should be an inspiration to all. The Tempests did not merely fend off danger, they unveiled an insidious plot to steal our resources right from out from under our noses. And these cultists have been revealed, wearing purple and black. And though we do not know their goals, we must thank the Tempests for bringing forth these lurking blights. I request that all citizens of Aztlan keep a wary eye for these individuals and report anything strange to a Solar Blade as soon as possible. It is every citizen's duty to protect your home. And I, Empress Izel, am deeply grateful. And in recognition of their unparalleled bravery and service, and as she is speaking, you hear the heavy footsteps of one of her guards coming up behind. And if any of you choose to glance behind, they are holding a wooden box with a deep emerald green cushion. And there are 5, looks like round medallions of some sort. It's kind of hard to get a good glance. A lot of you are kind of struggling between looking at the Empress, looking at the crowd, not totally sure where to look. And she continues, in recognition of their unparalleled bravery and service to our nation, despite it not being their own, I bestow upon them my personal seal. She takes a moment to take each seal, and I'll put it in campaign spoilers. It is very, very intricately carved. It is the symbol of a golden peacock around more than half of the circumference of the medallion, with more intricate feathered swirlings on the other side going into the center that go from a very, very rich blue into an emerald green, with more feathers that look a little bit more like scales swirling out from the center of oranges and yellows. And once she's done presenting these to you, they're on, they have a hook. There's no ribbon to them, so she kind of just hands them to you and it seems like you may adorn these as you will, or pocket them, or however. When she is done, she steps to the side and sweeps an arm at you again. May the Tempests forever be celebrated as heroes of Aztlan, and may their legacy inspire future generations to stand firm against those who would harm our way of life. And her voice finally gets properly loud. She is shouting, "Long live Aztlan! Long live the Tempests!" And the chant begins to spread throughout the entirety of the city like waves, and it is just hitting you with this wall of sound. You just see movement of hands, moving in the air. Your name's being shouted. The Empress lets it go on for a time, and then she turns to look at the 5 of you. Would any of you care to say some words?
Yes.
She looks down at you, Pez, and she kind of takes her hand, traces an intricate pattern in the air, and kind of flicks at it. You don't sense anything different, but she then gestures to the balcony where you may have to kind of climb up a little bit to properly see over. But what do you say?
Hi everyone.
You all hear Pez's voice as if he is right beside you, and you hear the crowd below dying down to listen to someone from the Tempest speaking. Carry on.
Many of you may not know us, but some of you may have heard of us, and I just wanted to say on behalf of us here at the Tempests that we're humbled by all this, and we thank you for your hospitality. And if there's anything y'all need, just let us know. Yeah.
As you go, yeah, you were greeted with more just thunderous applause and cheers and shouting. Again, for all of you, you hear Pez in his normal drawl, but you're also somehow hearing it in your native tongue as well. Still drawled, which is really weird for some of you. Like you're not used to hearing that kind of an accent speaking your native language.
I don't like it. I like change.
Imagine a really, really southern German.
God.
Pez,
Sprechen die Deutsch.
No, I'm just thinking Inglorious Bastards.
Yep, exactly.
Pez, do you do anything else? Do you say anything else, or you?
I mean, I ain't got nothing else to say unless...
Well, I'm gonna say this out of character, so you don't interpret that. I ain't got nothing else to say, so if anyone else does, then be ready to yank Pez by his tail before he gets us in trouble.
Rick doesn't have anything to say, but he feels like he needs to, since this is technically is one of his homelands. So he will gesture to the Empress to do the same to him.
She gives a nod, looks at Pez, and seems to make a motion as if pulling something away, and gives another little gesture towards you, Brick. Again, you don't feel any change, but you assume that something has worked.
Okay.
Good job.
He walks up and like pats Pez as if to say good job. And speaking to the people, I echo my friend's sentiment. We are humbled and grateful. I was born from this land, from its magic and its earth. I serve at your pleasure. Long live Aztlan. Long live the people.
Another series of roaring shouts and cheers seem to hit a little bit more close to home, coming from you, someone that they are probably able to relate to just a little bit more from the distance that they could see. There's this small little, brown speck thing up on the balcony, and then there's this towering royal guard looking motherfucker up there. Little bit more of a like a call and response from that one, Pez, unfortunately, but okay.
After she motions and the spell is gone, I'm like, thank you for warming them up for me.
I'm a crowd pleaser.
Yes, you are.
You are a fan favorite. With the statements being said, the Empress looks out over the crowd, gives a very, imperious wave of her hand, and then she turns and gestures for all of you to step back in behind the curtain.
Sumi does so quickly, just stepping backward.
Just
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You all step back inside, and you see her take a deep breath, folding her own hands into her long sleeves, and goes, "Well, that was not too bad."
No, it was quite
That
nice.
was a first.
Yeah, nobody died.
Yeah.
For that,
Well, I don't know about that.
It wasn't a first, but it was the first without... But didn't last time we did something like that, there was a public execution?
Yeah, the mayor.
You all have very, very interesting lives.
The Wild
Yeah.
West is a wild place.
It's untamed.
So I have heard. Do let me explain. This seal of mine, it will give you access to almost any area inside of Aztlan. It is not foolproof. There are personal residences and businesses that will not honor such a seal, and they have every right to. But as far as perhaps going to see Tlatloko or a Caltepec, if the interest suits you, you may.
It is useful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for all this. I don't know how we deserve all this, but
You have saved my life. You have saved our culture. And you had no necessity to do so. Only one of you, and she looks to Brick, is anywhere close to have been coming from here. And no offense to you, Brick, but you are still technically an outsider. You had no obligation to help. And for that, I am forever grateful.
In our travels in my short life, I have often found kindness where there is no obligation.
If only that were for everyone.
Yes.
So, I promised you a feast, and I am hungry. Shall we?
yeah.
Ciao.
Okay. She leads the way, heads further into the castle, goes up another floor, and you see as you get onto the next level that there is just a massively long table. There are other figures already sitting there. They all seem to be wearing more of the attire that you had seen in the Papilton district. It's very regal, very colorful, very expensive kind of clothing. As soon as the Empress enters the room, everyone stands up and turns towards Empress Izel. And she kind of motions for them all to take their seats and then gestures for you, the five of you. There's a significant gap, an empty space on the side of the temple where you can see this is very clearly her place. It's a very ornate chair at the head of the table. She goes and stands in place, motions for you all to sit, and she addresses those within. May I present to you the Tempests?
Sup?
Please, sit, enjoy, eat.
So, while we're sitting, can Zahn take a look at all of the other people? And does anybody look out of place? We're not out of place, but
Out of place.
Use your words.
Weird.
Not nervous, but like, I wish I wasn't here.
Out of place.
Make a perception check, since you're just kind of doing a cursory glance. I
Oh.
love that Boba like stood up, stretched, got right in the light, and went squinty. Like, how dare that light be here?
14 plus 9, 24? Yeah.
You don't see anyone that looks out of place or uncomfortable. If anything, there's a few that maybe look a little bit bored, as if they're here out of an obligation versus actually being excited to be there. You even see one or two at the very end that just let out really big, long yawns, like this is way too fucking early for me to be here. But you don't turn down an invitation from the Empress, kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So you all sit down. There is a wonderful spread. There are meats, fruits, oats. Majority of it mainly being breakfast foods. There are some sweets that are there. There seem to be some pastries with frosting. Maybe one or two things have something that's kind of cream filled. It's a little bit difficult to tell just by looking, but everyone seems to just be helping themselves. And there's multiple platters of similar dishes, so you don't have to like get up and go to the other side of the table to get that one thing. There's something similar closer by. Is there anything anyone wants to do at this point in time before we wrap up? Yes.
Is there music playing in the room?
Yes. There is a trio of harpists in kind of in the. When you would come up the stairs, the table was lengthwise in front of you, and you went to the right. And about the middle on the far wall are three harpists. One has something, one that's handheld, another one is large enough to have to sit in their lap to strum, and another one has one of the big floor ones that they have to like lean against their shoulder to play.
Can I secretly wave my wand of conducting to try to enhance their music?
Oh. I was expecting this to go a complete different direction.
Oh, it's been a minute since I've seen that. Enhance in what way? I'm trying to pull up the.
I mean, some people say a cannon is enhancement, but I'm not going that far.
Adding percussion.
Yeah, why not?
Boom.
Okay, so you. Right. Okay, so you're not conducting them. You were adding instruments to their accompaniment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can certainly do that. I mean, you just stand up in your chair over the table and you just go, and a one, and a two. You just. Yeah,
Do I need to roll to make sure it's not a one?
You know what? Sure. Make a performance check.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Oh, the dice.
Oh no.
Performance?
Yep.
Well, it has a one in it. What the hell number is that? Oh, it's a +2. 17.
Oh.
17. It makes the Empress kind of looks confused at you as you stand in your chair and you take out this little wooden stick, but as you start to wave it around and more sound comes out of it, she kind of tilts her head and kind of begins to bob around a little bit. It's a bit more energetic than the lilting harps were playing. And you see all of them looking really confused and kind of looking at their instruments, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And they look up to see you doing your thing. And they kind of stop playing because they don't know what to do. They don't know what song you're playing because it's not from there. Your wand is playing a song that you know from home.
Enhance.
Yeah.
But it's a wonderful tune, and it has definitely captured everyone's attention, and no one seems to be mad about it. They're just kind of enthralled and watching.
Oh, thank God we get a break.
At the table, Kusumi did sit next to Mariko, and just while they're eating, she's telling her stories about like how things that happened at their last royal dinner with the king. And someone getting out the bag of alcohol, and her dancing with the king, and she's just kind of filling her in on the last time
with
we were at
Allison's
this.
unending bag of liquor and all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and
What's the
Don
king?
skipped away.
I skipped away.
Yeah, you got late, remember?
Yeah. You skipped away off with the
That's
your girlfriend.
right. I did the dirty.
When she asked what is the king, think of the Empress, but a guy.
Okay.
Yes.
Was he a bird person too?
No. It was not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes, Pez. Yes. So, as Pez plays his song, Kasumi relays the last time that they interacted with a king. Breakfast goes on. Stories are shared. A few of the nobles come down to introduce themselves. You know what? Let me grab a thing real quick.
You have pictures for this book?
Pictures for what?
For the book?
The book.
For us? Picture book? We're stupid?
I'm
Pictures
so
of the
confused.
royalty?
Don't worry
Oh,
about it.
pictures of the royalty. Sorry, my brain just did
Look,
not
it's
know
late.
what you were asking for. A lot of them seem to be just very well-to-do sort of people. Merchant leaders, guild leaders, some foreign dignitaries that are visiting that have heard tales of the Tempests. None of them really catch your eye as someone of import. Just sort of glad handing. But eventually, bellies full, drinks are brought out, teas, coffee. Some of you, for the first time, are getting to try out hot chocolate. A few of the nobles get up and excuse themselves. They have, businesses to take care of as the day grows on. But that is where we're going to end it for tonight. So thank you all so much for joining us on this relatively long session, all things considered. We unfortunately will not be back next week for Storm King's Chaos. We may do a gaming stream in lieu of that, just so that we're, filling up the slot and doing stuff. Maybe I'll stream a game for a change. We'll see how things go.
Do that?
I don't know, man. Anything can
You
happen.
can try.
I can certainly try. So, yeah, any closing comments, questions, concerns, announcements that someone's thought of?
Thanks for the raid and the follows.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I'm going to have to figure out how to raid people. Oh,
And also
macaroni.
do shout outs.
Shrimpin'.
Yeah, you know what? I can actually do that after this. So, thank you, Wrong Show, for raiding us tonight. That was very, very nice. You guys have been popping by fairly often the last couple times we've been streaming, and we really appreciate it. Thank you, Snoogians, and Proper Dabber for the follows. We really appreciate it.
Nice name. That is awesome.
We hope you guys have had a fantastic week. You're going to have a fantastic week, a great weekend. Be safe. We'll see you the next time you go live. And yeah, thanks for joining us. Good night, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Love you.
Thanks for listening to the Fools and Flagons podcast. If you enjoyed this past adventure of the Tales of Archeron, you can catch us live on Fridays at twitch.tv/Fools and Flagons.